Arkansas, 6'7", Scottie Pippen. A 6'6" forward from Southeast Oklahoma State. It is Rodman. The man in the middle from New Mexico, 7'2".
Fun to be playoff time here in Chicago. Round number 2. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. First of all, for the Hawks, brought to you by Montgomery Ward, the official Chicago Bulls team shop. Blaylock and Smith at guards, Corbin and Leighton are at the forwards, and Dikembe Mutombo will be their starting center. Phil Jackson of the Bulls will have Ronnie Harper and Michael Jordan. Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, and Luke Longley will start in the middle. Lou Canellis is standing by. Lou, you're looking sharp tonight, buddy.
Thank you very much, Tom. Let's talk about energy here. Lenny Wilkins says that his club plays better when they have only 1 day rest, like is the case tonight. Better than when they play and they have 2 days or 3 days rest. He feels they're a step slow. The numbers do not show that. I don't know what he's talking about. With only 1 day's rest, they average just 94.5 points per game, shoot 45% from the floor. As you see, with 2 days rest, almost 9 points more and 47% shooting. Now let's talk about the Bulls. When the Bulls have 3 days rest or more, their play improves vastly. Of course, they're coming into tonight's game having 6 days rest. They average almost 111 points per game and shoot 54% from the floor. If this becomes a factor, guys, Atlanta's in trouble. They'll have to push this series to a Game 7 before they get more than 1 day's rest.
We'll take all the dust we can get tonight.
Our officials for the ball game this evening, Ronnie Garrettson, Joey Crawford, and Tommy Nunez. They call him Dikembe Mutombo. The Pip. You guys like the story about how Scottie's the one that has a dunk over Dikembe, and this guy right here, 23, does not have a slam dunk over Mutombo in his career? It's a long series.
Yeah, right. That's exactly right.
Luke tips it back, and the Bulls will get us started. Here's what's happened in the playoffs so far. A little bit better for the Bulls. Mutombo starts on Rodman, something we thought might be the case. Scottie. Luke comes over to set the screen. Fadeaway jumper by Pip and Mookie Blaylock right there.
You see Dikembe, very first possession, he can run at Pip when he's out behind the free throw line.
Oh, Pip tapped it in. How about that? They worked that for Mutombo. He's laughing. He got an easy hoop. He hasn't even touched the ball yet, and he's got 2 points in the scoreboard.
That sets the stage now for Mutombo being the help man on defense, and he's going to roam and run. But that'll give Dennis an opportunity to go to the offensive boards on missed shots.
What about the other matchup, Pax? What about Luke Longley with Leighton on him?
Well, Luke has the size advantage, and he should have a chance to catch the ball deep in the post if he wants to.
Harp ties it at 2. Bulls start out with Longley guarding Mutombo.
And we see Michael on Blaylock, which is something that Phil chose to do the last time these two teams played here in the United Center.
And again, I'll ask you the same question. What brings that up, and why do you think Phil does that?
Well, it's much like Michael did against Rod Strickland. You know that Mookie's the ball handler. Michael's a guy that plays very well on the ball, and Harp's good at chasing shooters, which is exactly what Steve Smith is.
See, I think when you look at Atlanta, as Harp goes inside, gets fouled by Blaylock, the guy that, we talked about the X Factor Reds before the game. We talked about Luke for the Bulls. I think Tyrone Corbin is kind of that same role for Atlanta. He's a guy that has not scored very much against the Bulls this season. He's not a guy that they expect to score, but he's a guy that can make some things happen.
Well, you're right. It's Ty Corbin. It's going to be Ron Harper, the 2 quiet guys out there that do a lot for their teams individually, but they're not the guys that you talk a lot about when you're in the locker room. You got to stop these guys, but you better somewhere along the line stop both of them.
The difference is Tyrone Corbin is a guy that has to play big minutes for this team because they don't come to the bench very often. And he did not play well against the Bulls in the 3 games he played. He shot just 2 of 19. That says something about what Pip can do to him defensively.
Rick Kasner didn't play a lot in the first series against Detroit. Would you expect to see him a little more tonight in this series?
They're going to have to play some people off the bench.
It's a double dribble. That should have been a double dribble right there. Good block.
Phil up saying the same thing. Shot clock at 5 now. For 3 from the right side. Way off, and Dennis right there. Loops it down the floor. Scottie had it knocked away. Looked for Dennis and now slows it down. And Harper for 3. Sports Channel, like to welcome our affiliate Time Warner Cable, the viewers in Hickory Hills and throughout Cook County.
You're going to see a lot of screen and roll out of transition where Leitner trails the play and sets a screen for the Blaylock as he did that time.
Dennis Rodman will be called for the foul, then adds a push and gets the tee.
What a way to start out the game. You not only get the foul, but then he turns around after the call and he just gives him a shove. So we got 9:59, not 2 minutes into the game, and Dennis is sitting on eggs.
And an upcoming playoff game, the first 10,000 fans in the United Center will receive a Bulls poster, compliments of the Sun-Times. Hawks lead at 5-4, and there's a foul on the shot. Lou Canella standing by. What's up, Lou?
Guys, Rodman now with a technical foul in each of the first 4 games in the playoffs.
He's talking to Joey Crawford about the foul. He's not talking about the technical. He's talking about the foul itself, and he's talking about that. And see, what Joey is saying is you got 2 hands in the back, and then you gave him the shove, and that's where the foul was called. Smith hits his first.
Steve Smith, a terrific free throw shooter at 85%. And this Atlanta team shoots well from the foul line as a team, 76%. It's kind of been a trademark of Lenny Wilkins' teams as he's been a coach in this league. You remember the teams he had in Cleveland all those years. Very good free throw shooting team. So it's a team you don't want to put on the line, put in the penalty too early in quarters.
Hawks with a 3-point lead early going here. How much credence do you guys give to the time off versus all charged up team in the playoffs? As MJ steps away.
I think it's good to have time off because you can get in a practice situation, try to really refine your game, and a team like the Bulls, they really need that.
MJ with a jump hook, ball tipped, still loose, and finally pulled down by Blaylock. And the Hawks really haven't had a chance to work on anything with any extended time as Leitner pushes Dennis down and gets the foul.
Well, we talked about the fact that Leitner likes to come and set those screens as they come down the floor. Dennis allowed it a few possessions ago. This time he read it, just stayed his ground in front of Leitner. We'll look to see now if Leitner tries to slip that screen and go to the basket if Dennis is trying to play that early.
One of the things Phil Jackson talked about was ball movement before the game. As Scottie puts it up from long range and it goes over the top, that's a turnover.
Now, the last time these two teams played in this building, the Bulls had 33 assists. Atlanta's not a great passing team. They don't have a lot of assists as a team, only averaged 19 on the year. The Bulls had 26, so you do have to move the ball against this team.
Steve Smith with the running one-hander, and I do mean that, gets his own rebound and put that in.
He's got all kinds of shots, hasn't he?
I want to talk about how Smith plays Michael better than just about anybody else as MJ is open and gets it inside. Ball tipped out, will belong to the Bulls. Pax, do you go along with that theory that Steve Smith's one of the better defensive players against Michael?
Well, he's got some size, and so it makes it a little tougher for Michael to post up, but he's a guy I think you want to run off some screens and really make him work. You just don't want to allow him to sit there and be able to play you defensively. So I think Michael on any given night is going to knock down some numbers against people.
That was wide left.
This, though, is the problem with having a layoff. Sometimes your rhythm with shooting in a building like this, it's off. They haven't been in here in a while since last Friday when they played the Bullets in game 2 on Sunday. So, you know, sometimes when you don't practice in the building and you don't get out here to shoot early on, you don't have a real feel for your building.
So maybe what we were talking about a little earlier about having some time off versus playing and being fresh. Scottie gets the steal, trying to go coast to coast, and he does. But maybe that kind of a turnaround will happen a little bit later in the game. Is that what you think, Pax, about being fresh and as opposed to coming off that big series?
Yeah, and you've got to get your legs under you a little bit. So this isn't such a bad start.
Well, Hart met Steve Smith right at half court and put some pressure on him, and they caused a backcourt turnover. So you got Pip with that steal and the slam, and now Harp hit the turnover here.
So the Bulls get it going with defense, which is no surprise to Bulls fans. That's what they do. 8 minutes left in the first period. 9-6, Atlanta with the lead. MJ gets it over to Harp. Knocked away, and Blaylock comes right back with it. This is a little bit what you were talking about earlier, Pax, in that they like this outside shot. You've really got to guard that spot.
You got to guard the three-point line, and you also know when long shots are taken like that one, that oftentimes the ball comes off hard and ends up at that foul line area. You have to rebound there.
Leitner with Harper on him as the Bulls get caught a little bit. Dennis Rodman comes over to help, and he stepped out of bounds. He was standing out of bounds.
Well, the Bulls have not been very organized on offense, and I think that's what Phil's going to talk to them about.
Bulls will take a timeout. 7:23 left in the first. The Hawks lead it by 3.
Terry Bevington hopes to light a fire under the boys when they try and handle the kid in a pivotal homestand against the Seattle Mariners. Tomorrow night at 7 on Sports Channel. We know the Sox inside out.
I would like to show you my Discover Card statement by Paul Poundstone. Well, I don't know that my Discover Card statement has changed since I became a foster mom, because I always bought toys. But now, of course, privately, I'm forced to give them to the children. When I was invited to the inaugural ball, I did have to find a ball gown, and I like to think I found a lovely understated little number.
How many credit cards make a statement like that?
I need cash advances. I just need to be slathered in ones and fives.
It pays to Discover. Use it where you see the Nova sign.
When the weather gets warm, the summer rituals begin. Some can be as dangerous as they are fun.
That's something that we're going to have to deal with for a long, long time.
Everyone loves a cookout, but in a single moment, a backyard barbecue can leave a loved one scarred for life.
People don't always survive these injuries.
Dick Johnson shows you how to safely enjoy your summer fun and avoid some of the hidden hazards of summer. Tonight on ABC 7 News at 10.
He brushes his teeth, just like you. He calls his mother every Sunday, just like you. He makes time for his kids, just like you. He drives a Chevy Blazer, just like you. He has 4 NBA championship rings, just like... He drives a Chevy Blazer, just like you. And if he bought another one right now, he'd get $1,000 cash back, just like you.
Stick around for the Sports Channel report after the game and get in the loop with White Sox third base coach Doug Rader exclusively on Sports Channel. We know the Sox inside out.
You talked about defense, Tommy, and this is what the Bulls fans get to like. Pip just reaches in Corbin's pocket, takes it out, looks over his shoulder, and takes a little slam. You like that? Well, we'll take one more look at it from above the rim, from the slam bang cam.
Fifth among active players in steals as the Bulls bring it up, trailing by a pair. Now, Phil Jackson took a timeout. Any thoughts on what he tried to get accomplished in that timeout, guys?
I think he just wants to get him in the offense. There he gets a nice little screen roll coming out of the timeout. Unfortunately, Harp gets a good look at it, just not able to knock it down.
Atlanta not much better. They've made one more than the Bulls. They have the technical foul, the difference in the game. In case you missed it, Dennis got a tee. Not very far in. Mutombo with the jump hook, and Luke played him very well.
Played him very well. And that's the block that Mutombo likes, that left block. And what the movie has is either that jump hook or sweeping hook into the lane. And Luke did a real nice job of keeping him out of the lane and making him take a very difficult shot.
Well, I was glad to see they didn't double that time either. The first time, make him make that basket on him.
Get a screen roll. You see Steve Smith goes through the middle as Blaylock puts up the 3 from the left side. They like that middle.
Well, Mookie just comes off and makes his own screens. If he sees a guy out there, he dribbles off him and takes that. It's not a long jump shot for 3.
12-8. Hawks with the lead as MJ gets open on the right side and missed it. Blaylock brings it down into the corner for Tyrone Corbin.
He's had a very solid year for them. And that's the one position people consider him as the weak link, but when he's knocking down that shot, he really makes them effective. It's just another offensive weapon that they can go to.
Get it right back to Luke. Nice block. Into the corner. Corbin drives baseline, puts it up and in. Tyrone Corbin.
Well, Scottie goes to the basket, misses the dunk, ends up on the ground. That's when everybody has to get back and talk. Bulls didn't do it, and you have Luke end up running out at Corbin, and Corbin just smartly goes around and drives it to the basket. That's what Atlanta will do. They'll take advantage of their opportunities to run.
Harp spins through. Little runner from Ron Harper, who has had a pretty good start to the game. 6 points for Harp. He's 2 of 2 from the free throw line. And it's a 6-point Hawk lead. Smith goes down to post up. Backs his way in and takes the easy shot. Now, that's something you would have thought they might have gone to a little bit earlier.
They explore, and right now Lenny Wilkens has gone through a little menu of plays that he has. That time, Smith is a very good post player. He has that size that he can post up Ron Harper and got it too deep in the lane.
MJ with the fadeaway on the post up and hits. 4 points for Michael now to go with a couple rebounds. Screens, and Mookie again brings it down low, and once again they isolate for Steve Smith. MJ at the corner of the free throw line, just watching and waiting. Smith baseline jumper, and Luke right there. Scottie with the left hand.
Beautiful catch by Pip that time. If he puts with the right, he might get it blocked, but he comes with that left hand, and nicely done.
Leitner trying to post up now, steps out on the floor with Longley on him. Trying to go by. Luke, pretty nice job, and Leitner just comes through the middle and puts it in. 20-14, the Atlanta Hawks with the lead. Michael had some success at the other post, double team now. Atlanta doing a nice job of double teaming and recovering as Luke Longley misses from 16, and Mookie with the rebound.
I think that's the shot we were talking about that he's got to hit. Don't you think, Max?
Yeah, even Leitner that time was late in coming out to guard him, and he got that free throw line jumper. Pretty wide open.
Mutombo will come into your screen here in a second. There he is. Ty Corbin for 3, and he has had a great start to the game.
Sure has. And one of the things we talked about in that last series, at this end, when Mutombo is guarding a guy like Dennis, when you go back on defense now, you have to get rematched, and because you're not with your guy on the offensive end of the floor. So right now the Bulls a little cross-match, not matching up very well in transition, and the Hawks are getting pretty easy looks.
Scottie brings Mutombo out, goes inside for Longley, right back to Pip. Scottie fights Harp going to the basket. It's blocked by Mutombo. Well, Mutombo gets his first block of the game.
But it makes a huge difference when you have a guy like Mutombo in the back line of your defense that you can funnel people to, and they're just running off now, making the Bulls move the ball, and anytime you attack the basket, he's going to be back there.
Offensive foul on Leitner. That's his second foul now. So he might be getting in a little bit to the mind of maybe getting his mind just a little bit.
And those two had a long look. 2:25 left in the first. Hawks lead at 23-14.
Honey, are you okay? You seem a little uptight.
It's the mortgage approval. What's taking so long?
Do you mind?
What?
You know, First Chicago could have approved your mortgage on the spot.
While I wait, they can do that?
Sure. It's called Rapid Reply Mortgage Approval, and it's only at First Chicago.
Hey, buddy, tell me about this Rapid Reply. Oh, sure. Why don't they fill out a lot of paperwork or something?
First Chicago, we can do that.
My son's name was Demian. He was a kid who really wanted to be somebody. He was a kid who had a lot of problems. He smoked marijuana some. I guess I have to confess it didn't bother me that much. He'd tried heroin and tried cocaine, but he liked vodka, and he just drank lots of it. He got roaring drunk one night and fell out of a window, died. Well, the impulse for denial is very, very strong. I think you just got to break through it, and you got to do it real, real fast.
No, I'm not a professional basketball player, but even in my business, sometimes you have to kick some butt to stay ahead of the competition. One way I do that is with the cell phone I got from Triangle Electronics.
At Triangle Electronics, anyone can get a phone. No contracts, no credit checks, no deposits. Get a Motorola phone and 30 minutes of Ameritech airtime for $119, and we'll turn it on while you wait. Call 1-800-662-4536.
Welcome back to the United Center with my partners, John Paxson, Johnny Kerr, Luke and Ellis. I'm Tom Dorr as the Bulls take on the Hawks. Hey, the Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic returns this summer to Chicago's Grant Park. Call 312-455-4000 for more information and check the Tribune on Wednesday or Sunday, or visit any Chicagoland Sport Mart location for an entry form, sponsored in part by the Tribune, Coca-Cola, Pro Player, Columbia Healthcare, and AT&T.
Well, they say no soft shots down the lane, and this is what the Bulls do. Ron Harper takes it up with the left hand, and Mutombo says, not here. And Leitner with the back in here on Dennis Rodman. Rodman holds his ground, and Leitner picks up his second offensive foul.
Substitutions now. Alan Henderson is checked in for the Hawks. Christian Leitner comes out. For the Bulls, Tony Kukoc, Randy Brown come in. Dennis Rodman sits down as Michael hits a long jumper.
They go screen and roll right out of the timeout, and Michael gets a free throw line jumper. They involve Mutombo in the screen and roll that time. That's one of the things you can do now, where they have Mutombo guarding Luke. You can run Luke up there now, set that screen, make Mutombo play screen and roll. He didn't do it very effectively in that Detroit series. Grant Hill got down the lane quite a bit.
Smith comes off the screen as Henderson puts up a 16-footer. Michael right there for the rebound. 23-16. Quick pass down the floor. Mutombo with the block and shakes the finger. His second block. Corbin comes over to set the screen, now goes away. Mutombo turns and faces. Now this is not what he likes to do. That's more what he likes right there.
And as long as Luke can keep him out of the paint and force him to take 10 or 12-foot jump hooks, that's exactly what you want. And as Johnny mentioned earlier, you don't double team him, you don't sacrifice rebounding. So when you know that shot goes up, you got to go to the boards and get it. Limit them to one shot.
Scottie puts it up. Tony follows, tries to get it. It's loose underneath Mutombo right there. Minute left in the first. 23-16 Hawks. And Scottie strong with the rebound. Bulls trying to get a little running game going. Shot clock down to 13 as Randy Brown gets down to the corner. Luke comes out to set the screen for Tony.
Didn't really screen that time.
Gotta look, Luke.
Allowed Henderson just to go right under it and collect Tony again.
Heavy three for Pip that time.
That's $72 that goes to charitables from Carex Muffler and Brake for that three-pointer. 23-19 now. Shot clock at 16, 15, so about 9 seconds difference. And Randy Brown picks up a foul. Called in for the bump. That'll take care of that shot clock. Now they'll have it with a chance for the last shot of the quarter. See what Atlanta gets rolling now as they clear out for Mookie. Smith comes over for the screen roll. Once they screen, they like to go right to the basket. Mookie, a tough three from the left side. Bulls with a chance for the last shot now. Pip from the top of the circle. The three was off to the left. We've played one period here at the United Center. The Hawks lead the Bulls 26-19.
W1 by Raymond Weil. The cutting edge in time. Time for the next generation. W1 by Raymond Weil.
They said imports taste better. They lied.
And how does that make you feel?
Used, manipulated, betrayed.
And how does that make you feel?
Used, manipulated, betrayed.
So now what?
Only drink fresh beer.
Budweiser.
You have made a real breakthrough. You did it on your own.
Born on dating from Budweiser. What fresh beer tastes like.
You're on the road to freshness. Hold all my calls.
The 97 Mazda 626 LX Special Edition. Lease for $229. Add rich leather and the lease goes to. Add air and a silky automatic and the lease cruises to. Add power everything and the lease rolls to. Add the best basic warranty in its class and you get the idea. Lease or buy for $17,895.
Watch out. Once the crave gets you, it's gotcha. White Castle.
World Champion Chicago Bulls basketball is brought to you in part by Genuine Chevrolet, the cars more Americans trust, and by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
Our next television game here on Sports Channel will be Thursday night, Eastern Conference Semifinals Game 2 as the Hawks will take on the Bulls. Game time 6:30 tip-off, 7 o'clock Thursday here on Sports Channel. Our first quarter statistics. Field goals. Bulls just made 8 of 23. The Hawks 50%, 10 of 20. Rebounds. The Hawks did a great job almost doubling the Bulls.
They're going to take a look at what the Bulls can do with Dikembe Mutombo guarding Luke Longley as a screener. You want to involve him in screen roll situations. Good hard cut by Randy Brown. There's Luke setting the screen, and Mutombo just reluctant to step out there, gives Michael an 18-footer that he knocks in.
Bulls with a half-court double team. A little pressure as Henderson has it on the right side and backs in. Off the glass and good. Randy Brown tries through the lane, kicks it off. Luke Longley.
And that was real nice penetration by Randy. Got to the lane, froze Mutombo for just a second and gave Luke the look he needed, and he can hit that baseline jump shot.
Blaylock with it on the wing, starts to back in. Mutombo wants to post up. Looking for the lob. Instead it goes on top to Smith. Henry and James get set to check in. Smith really looking for the open shot. Shot clock at 2 and 1. Fade away tough 3. Luke with the rebound for the Bulls. Mookie tried to save it. It goes out of bounds and will belong to the Hawks. Lou Canella standing by. What's up, Louie?
Guys, Dennis Rodman's been in the locker room the last 4 or 5 minutes. He's coming out right now as I speak here in the tunnel. He's suffering with a bad upset stomach, but he's going to try to get back in there and play.
Blaylock finds James again, who just checked in with Tony on him. Mookie comes around the screen, puts up a long deuce and hits that. He's had a great start.
Well, he has, and he's coming off a series where he did not shoot very well. He only averaged 12 points a game on the season. He averaged 17. So his numbers were down, but he's a real streaky shooter. When he gets in a rhythm, he can really kill you. Right now, that's when Randy has to fight through the screens and be a little more attentive to him on the outside.
Bulls doing a little standing right now offensively as Tony goes inside for long.
Got to be ready.
Inside, Randy Brown couldn't get it, but tips it in.
Well, you better be ready. Luke wasn't ready, and neither was Randy that time, but Randy was able to get it back up and in.
Randy Brown trying to get the one back that he lost a second ago. Mutombo goes over to set the screen. Blaylock looking for him. Mutombo got fouled going to the basket. Jason Caffey who's in.
And Jason actually had a chance there to come over and just meet him body to body instead of sticking his hands in there and reaching and drawing the foul.
We're going to time out. 9:57 left in the first half. The Hawks lead the Bulls by 7.
A lot can happen in 20 years. Harold Baines can attest to that. Since he was drafted by the Sox in 1977, Harold has seen somewhere in the neighborhood of 70,000 pitches. Out of all those sliders and change-ups and fastballs, there are over 325 of them that Harold has seen very well. Sports Channel. We know the Sox. inside out.
People will do just about anything for Bulls tickets.
And now we have the human cannonball.
For Bulls tickets, I'm going off the backboard. Nothing but net. I'm going!
Ooh, air ball.
Now there's an easier way to get Bulls tickets. Sign up for Ameritech Cellular paging service and be automatically registered to win Bulls playoff tickets. No purchase necessary. Ameritech, your link to better communication.
Keeping your business running like clockwork. We understand how important that is. That's why Chicago's hometown airline, United, gives you over 1,000 flights in and out of O'Hare, with more service to more cities than any other airline. How is it we understand business so well? Because our over 50,000 employees are business owners themselves, the employee owners of United. Come fly our friendly skies.
In an upcoming playoff game, the first 10,000 fans in the United Center will receive a Bulls poster, compliments of the Chicago Sun-Times. The Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic returns this summer to Chicago's Grand Park. Call 312-455-4000 for more information. And check the Tribune on Wednesday or Sunday, or visit any Chicago Sport Mart location for an entry form. Sponsored in part by the Tribune, Coca-Cola, Pro Player, Columbia Healthcare, and AT&T. Michael Jordan, Steve Kerr, Brian Williams, Jason Caffey, and Tony Kukoc on the floor for the Bulls. For Kasner, James Smith, Mutombo. And is that Henderson? I can't see him on the other side. Lou Canales standing by. Lou, you've been busy. What's up?
I have a quiz question for you. Do you know Dikembe Mutombo's full name?
He's got 6 of them.
I know it's about 50 letters long or something.
48 to be exact. Dikembe Mutombo Polonda Makamba Jean Jacques Wamutombo. How's that?
That's great. How do you write that when you're like in 3rd grade and you have to write that on your paper? You couldn't finish the test in time if you had to write all that. Jason Campy had it knocked away, but gets it back. Talk to Brian Williams a little bit about playing against Mutombo, and we'll get to that as we get a chance. He obviously knows him very well. He's been against him for a couple years. Rick Kasner kicks it out to Henderson. Michael with the block from behind. MJ on top. Tony for 3.
And I think his foot was on the line.
Very close to that line.
It's another $72 that goes to charitables for the Car X muffler and brake.
But a good shot for Tony because he caught it in rhythm and went right up. There was no hesitation. He looked real good on that shot attempt.
Well, he's 2 of 8 coming in here tonight. He makes that one.
James misses that. MJ with a rebound. Up the floor. Tony goes strong. Got it blocked, and a foul on Mutombo.
Good job of running out and getting in front of Mutombo and drawing the body. Here's Michael comes up with a real tomahawk block. And then he'll come on down, find Tony sitting over on the other side for the 3-pointer. Tony lets it fly and in. And now he draws that foul on Mutombo.
Well, what I like since the last time out now is that the Bulls have come out and have pushed it a little bit. And that's a good sign. It's a little more aggressive defensively, caused a turnover with Michael getting the strip, and this time able to run out. Tony did a nice job getting up the floor. His man takes a corner jump shot. It's a perfect time to run at him and release. He did that. Michael, aware of it on the rebound, throws it ahead, and Tony gets the foul. And it's a foul on Mutombo. They take him out of the game. And they have to be a little bit smaller. And it's a time now where, with the Bulls, you really want to try to attack them inside with Mutombo out of the game.
And you better make your switches good because they've got some guys that can hit those 3 too. Rick Kasner can hit it so can James.
Leitner steps out of the floor. Shot clock at 5 and 4. Smith double team goes inside. Henderson, they won't get it off.
Great job of the Bulls of keeping it outside, and then on the pass inside, Tony's rotation. He was there, he was big, forced the pass out. By that time, the shot clock's up, and now we've seen the Bulls' defensive intensity's picked up as a result of them getting back in this game.
Let's see how they attack the basket now with Mutombo out of there. How they go after it.
Brian Williams hits a high screen for MJ. Double pumps, missed it. Jason Caffey tipped it, kept it alive, but Henderson was there. Hawks lead it by 6 as Rick Kashner comes off the screen. James, a good shooter, goes inside. Hands in hand and blocked by Brian Williams. The rebound, though, goes up and in. What a block, though. Dennis Rodman gets up off the Bulls bench. Tony Kukoc drives inside, puts it up, and he got fouled.
Now, Tony has a huge advantage just in quickness off the dribble with Henderson guarding him. This is when Tony gets to play that 4 spot, and he takes advantage of it. Is obviously his strength going to his left hand.
Well, there's a block by Brian, but look at this. Henderson stays right on top of it. Good block.
Good block, but then you have a couple guys underneath there.
Just standing watching, not reacting to the ball, and Henderson gets it, puts it back in, and Tony now 1 for 3 from the foul line.
Blaylock comes back as Steve Smith sits down.
So look at Lenny Wilkins here getting active with this bench from first. Tony misses his.
He has a lead, and he feels comfortable now going to his bench, giving them some minutes and getting his starters off the floor. You can do that. If you're behind, you may feel a little more reluctant to do so.
It's a 3rd offensive rebound. They go after it.
Just beating the Bulls to loose balls. Right. In this building, this is your own building. You should come up with those balls. It's the hustle point. Right now, the Bulls lacking a little energy.
36-27, Hawks with the lead. Tony tries to go by, and that'll be a hand check. It's a fortunate call for the Bulls. They were jammed up inside. Tony wanted to go to the basket. There was just nowhere to move. Darren Hancock will check in. Henry James checks out.
That's going to put Hancock on Tony, and Tony now has a size advantage against him, but Hancock a quicker defender and should be able to stay with Tony on the perimeter. But like I said, Tony has the size if he wants it.
MJ posts up as Mookie Blaylock guards him. Henderson over to double team. Michael. Throws to Brian Williams.
And poor spacing. They ran to double team Michael, and there just wasn't any spacing. But this is an opportunity for the Bulls. When Smith's taken out a game, they have to play 2 small guards together, and Blaylock and Rukasner. With Michael, someone's going to have to guard him. It's Blaylock. You can't coach to force the double team, but you have to have better spacing off the ball.
Blaylock missed a 3, and I would think with Steve Smith and with Jumbo both out of the game, the Bulls need to make a little hay, being a little bit aggressive going to the basket.
The offense looks so flat. And now Rukasner just reaches out and grabs Steve Kerr.
And with 6:40 left in the quarter, that's the 4th team foul on Atlanta. You're in the penalty the rest of the way, so you want to attack the basket.
Hawks with the lead here at the United Center.
Your name, please?
Michael Jordan. I've made shots at the buzzer. I've been in championship games. But I've never had butterflies like this.
Show me your horn.
These people are all business. Okay. Good thing I had my Chevy Blazer along. Sure came through in the clutch. DOFTP-ZLCDO.
Have a seat over in the blue chairs and wait for them to call your name.
I not only renewed my license.
Smile, look at the camera.
I renewed my confidence as well.
This week on the NBC5 News. Do long-distance telephone carriers have you confused? Are you getting the most for your money? Learn how to cut through the hype to find the best deals. Rapists, murderers, they're not behind bars. They're hiding out behind state lines. Has Illinois become a safe haven for fugitives? Lower your blood pressure, improve your immune system. To what extent can you heal your body using only your mind? These stories and more this week on the NBC5 News.
Scottie's heading for the playoffs, but first he's making a little detour to Montgomery Ward. Good thinking, Scottie, because right now there's a great deal on a Sharp camcorder. It's just $4.99 with a mail-in rebate. A Sharp 27-inch color TV with stereo sound is only $2.99, and take home a Toshiba Hi-Fi VCR for $1.99. So what'd you get, Scottie? Pip? Huh. Hope he doesn't miss the next playoff game. Hurry into Montgomery Ward for great brands at great prices.
Tune in to Sports Channel tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, as the Sox continue their big homestand against Ken Griffey Jr. and the Mariners on Sports Channel. We know the Sox inside out. Lou Canellis is standing by. What's shaking, Louis?
Tom, we've seen the Bulls struggle offensively the last couple of dimes down the court. One of the reasons is Brian Williams. Michael Jordan was explaining to him that he's in the wrong spot, and it's part of the reason why they haven't had that spacing that they need when they run their offense. Back to you guys.
Let's see what the Bulls do this time as Williams gets the inbound pass. Offensive rebounds, second chance points, favor of Atlanta. Williams gets it back to Michael from 17. Settling for some outside shots. Not that Michael's a bad outside shooter, but you would think again, as Henderson gets fouled, that this is a time you really want to force the basket.
Well, but that time the Bulls made a good post pass, and they got a situation where then Steve Kerr made a nice screen for Michael, and he got a real good open look.
Right.
And it was right on line. So that's a shot within the offense that you like to see. But they threaten the defense with the post pass.
Henderson really attacking the basket. He's got 4 quick points and looking for one more here.
Now, their bench has come in and played very well for them here. And you know, it's sometimes easier to play when you have a lead, but this bench, I'm sure they've heard the talk about them not being productive, and sometimes that sets a little fire on you, and they've come in and provided some real good minutes here in the first half.
Scottie flares out to the right side, goes down low. Williams picks it up, gets it back. Michael fakes the 3, comes inside and got fouled going to the bucket.
It looks like Brian Williams right now is looking for the pass out of the post. It was something early on. He'd catch the ball and he'd look to put it on the floor and score right away. But he has the opportunity with Leitner guarding him to get deep post position. And if there isn't anything out there to pass to a teammate outside, that he has an opportunity to make a move to the basket.
Well, Leitner's got 2 fouls, and you think he might just take that dribble and wheel right on in, but he hasn't done that. He's kicked it out.
Now the Bulls are shooting from here on out the last 6 minutes of the quarter, and it's a good position to be in, because you know every time you go to the basket, draw a foul, or even outside, if there's pressure, that you're going to go to the free throw line and you make up some ground by getting there.
Well, the Bulls show a little rust here. That's the 4th free throw they've missed in this quarter.
Atlanta leads it by 10 as Leitner backs in. MJ with a block, tried to save it, gets it to Rodman. Here come the Bulls 5 on 4. Leitner's still down under the basket on the other end. Brian Williams goes in, missed it, but he's fouled.
That's what the Bulls need, that quick, easy basket. They don't get it on this fast break, but they do get to the free throw line. Michael with a bullet pass down, and Williams tries to go over the top of Hancock.
If there's one knock on Leitner, it's that he doesn't quite finish as well as some people would like him to.
We saw that in the Detroit series in a couple of games where he had point-blank shots at the basket and missed them, and he was begging for fouls, and he stopped playing, and that's the case here. He goes up, he gets a shot block, he lags in the backcourt, and that's your opportunity to run. And Brian Williams did a real nice job that time, recognizing it, running through the middle of the floor. It actually gave Michael an opportunity to pick out anybody on the floor. He had Brian running, and if he wanted to, he had Steve Kerr setting up for a three-pointer on the left side.
Ty Corbin is back in for the Hawks. 38-30, Atlanta with the lead. Coming up on 5.5 left in the first half. Rick Kasner, a good shooter, hits that.
He's a very good shooter. It's a guy you cannot forget about.
A little bit like Steve Kerr, do you think? A guy that can just burn you with quick shots. Right?
Plays that role, and he has three-point range. He made 58 of them on the season, so he's a guy that you cannot forget.
MJ with the baseline turnaround.
They got 10 points off their bench. That's 10 points that Lenny found.
Mookie for 3, and Scottie tipped it. Brian Williams right there. Let's see if the Bulls can get something going here. Rodman gets it back to Scottie. Mutombo has had a good rest. Pip right side. I think they want to clear out for Michael. Kasner over to double team. MJ right side hits it anyway.
Well, like we talked about, they have their small guard lineup in, and Michael's been able to go down in the post, and they've got both Mutombo and Steve Smith up at the scorer's table.
22nd timeout called.
I think he's going to have to take a full if he wants to get both of them in the game at this time.
And he is.
And they'll take a full. 4:35 left first half. 40-34. The Hawks with the lead.
10 years in the league. These legs have more miles on them than most minivans. That's why I never play a game without my Ginsana. Ginsana's got G115 ginseng, the real stuff.
The lasting energy of G115 is real. It's what makes Ginsana different from everything else on the shelf.
You can feel your age, or you can feel your Ginsana.
Feel your Ginsana.
All right, who's next?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 championships.
Those horns really work?
Come to Subway now and get a Bulls helmet for $3.99 with any fresh value meal.
We have a winner.
For the horns!
You want a pie? Go see Grandma. You want it stuffed? Hey, see a taxidermist. You want deep dish? Here's a shovel. But if you're looking for something different, something better, come to Bertucci's for our handcrafted brick oven pizza. You get a light, crispy crust and a sophisticated taste that could only come from a Bertucci's brick oven. Now, doesn't that sound better? Bertucci's. Our brick oven makes it better.
Coming up on our Chevy and Geo Dealers halftime report, Cash and Norm will have first half highlights and a Lakers Jazz preview. Utah just hammered them in game 1. They'll take a look at game 2. Reds, what do you got here?
Well, let's take a look at Michael posting up here. Scotty's going to find him down low. Now watch him. They send 2 players to him, for Kasner and Mookie, but they're two small guards, and Michael can shoot over either one. Now watch him down low. Here they come right in. And on this last play, see if you can hear Phil Jackson hollering at Bryant. Oh! He's trying to tell Brian to move out, clear out, give Michael the room. But Michael went over to double team. Both of those guards a little small. Mutombo back in the lineup now. 4:35 to go. Bulls have closed it to 6. Really have not flashed championship form yet.
Those career numbers for MJ, 34 points in the playoffs. Ty Corbin goes on top as they'll initiate their offense. Smith looks inside for Mutombo. Gets it in there, comes down low, and a foul call.
That's really not Mutombo's block, although it's set up a play coming out of timeout. They wanted to get that matchup with Brian Williams guarding him. But you don't want to gamble on Mutombo like this, okay? Brian Williams very good at 3-quartering and fronting. There he's playing the high side, but there's that pass. And just that reach allows Mutombo to gather himself and go to the basket. You make him catch it outside the lane, and then he really has to make a decision on what kind of move he wants to make.
It's the first. I talked to Brian before the game about playing against Mutombo, and I said, what do you do? And he said, well, what you don't do is leave a little space when you take a shot. You go right at him and maybe even initiate some contact, because then he doesn't have the angle to block the shot. He said either that or you step away, but he said, I like to go right into him, make some contact, and try and make something happen going to the basket.
Brian did that in the first series against Washington with George Mirasan. Several baskets he made were going right through guys. You're often told that with big guys. You got to go through them, try to create contact, and maybe get a foul.
Williams guarded by Leitner as Rodman's on the floor. Johnny going to talk about an illegal defense, and I think you're right.
Absolutely right. Mutombo standing around guarding nobody.
Phil's comment to paper was that he likes to zone it up a little bit. Play lock between the circles. Mutombo posts up, gets it down low. Williams also said Mutombo does not like that block at all. The rolling hook, and maybe you can see why that was not a pretty shot.
Well, he likes that hook, but he generally catches it on the left block and sweeps it into the middle of the floor.
Scottie brings it back.
Michael wants Brian Williams out of the post so he can post up Blaylock.
Kukoc looks off and misses the 3, and Mookie right there for the rebound. Bulls 15 of 35 from the field. Corbin drives baseline, couldn't get it. Leitner with the offensive putback.
Just took it right up over the top of
Tony right side goes on top.
Wasn't ready. He was not ready for that pass.
Corbin accelerates up the floor. Runs Scottie, offensive foul.
What a terrific defensive play by Scottie Pippen. That's the only thing that Corbin has done wrong in this first half. Now here's what we were talking about. There's a 20-second timeout by the Bulls, but we were talking about Mutombo dancing around. Now watch Mutombo down low as the ball moves around. Now there's Mutombo down. Does he go out with Dennis? Does he go out with Dennis? He never does he?
Nope. No, and unless Dennis just makes it blatant where he drags Mutombo or takes himself out almost to the three-point line, that's the only way the officials are going to recognize that. He sometimes help even to point it at the guy, at the defender. If you can point at him and let the officials know that he is illegal, it may make them recognize it. But you know, he is a guy that he's in there to guard Dennis so that he can roam and protect the basket.
You have been known, Pax, over your career to help some of the officiating out when you, and you've got the technicals to prove it, right?
I was never successful with Joe Crawford either, so and he's one of them out there tonight.
Tony brings it. He was very nice to you before the game, though. Wanted to call a T on you, but you walked away. I knew it was coming. Rodman gets it right back to Scottie. 4-3 over the top. That'll be a turnover and belong to Atlanta. Bulls 14 of 35 from the field, 40%. Hawks are 16 of 37 for 42%. Go 6 of 17 here in the Hawks 6 of 17 here in the second quarter. Leitner off the glass and Dennis right there for the rebound. 43-36. Bulls just cannot get out of the mud here. Scottie comes off the screen, brings it down. Dennis Rodman behind the arc. A little short, rebound tapped out, will belong to Atlanta.
We talk about flowing into your offense. This first half, the Bulls have not had any real aggressive flow. Push up the floor and get right into your offense where you can make decisive moves.
Bulls lose 2 men on the rebound, a wide open rebound. Pax, you got to figure that maybe that closing out of that series too quickly has got some rust on these guys.
Yeah, and you never know how it's going to play out for you, and that's the risk you take. You certainly don't want to lose a game.
Oh, right.
Leitner on top. Down to the corner. Mookie for 3. And Dennis Rodman right there. Gets it out to Scottie. 43-36 Hawks. Him, top of the circle jumper. Got
hit
pushed.
In the back. Yes, he did. Steve Smith in the back.
Now, the thing the Bulls haven't taken advantage of, we talked about at the 6-minute mark when they got in the penalty. They really have not taken true advantage of that by getting inside, forcing this team to foul them, and so that as a result they haven't gotten the line as much as you would hope.
Luke Longley gets set to check in. Bulls just don't shoot many free throws, Pax.
No, and you know, a lot of that, people criticize that sometimes, but in my opinion, a lot of times it's because of their offense. The offense is designed to go away from pressure.
Right.
And if there's pressure, you swing the ball and you try to take advantage of that. So sometimes you're not going to have as many free throw attempts, but you know, in this type of situation, especially when Mutombo was out of the game, they had a chance to really threaten him by getting it inside, and really haven't taken advantage of it. During the playoffs, in that first round series, the Bulls shot great from the foul line. You know, something sometimes struggle with, although over the last few years their numbers have gone up from the free throw line. But it's something you really, during the playoffs, you can take advantage of it, knock them in.
1:37 left in the first half.
They trailed by 7 coming into this quarter.
Steve Smith, Dennis Rodman, and the rest of the bench. As Leitner comes over the back, tried to dunk it. Ball knocked loose, and Tony will pick up the foul.
Bulls did not again control their own rebound.
Block out. Well, Leitner came over the back. If we see it again, watch Christian Leitner come in for this over Luke.
Watch him use the rim, get way up there high, miss it.
Yeah, he actually used Luke as leverage to get up onto the rim. It was actually a good defensive sequence by the Bulls. They switched aggressively, took Atlanta out of what they wanted to do, but you got to take care of the ball when it comes off the boards.
Pippen on the foul, he just reached out.
Or is it on Dennis? Yep, it is Scottie, you're right.
And now they put Smith, 85% free throw shooter, to the line.
Max, do you think all of this is just rust? Is part of this the defense that Atlanta has been known for all season?
Well, of course, you know, that plays a big part in it. But you know, the term I used a little while ago, flowing in, they just have not had any real good flow into their offense. And they've picked their spots. They've made it difficult for the Bulls. They're overplaying in certain situations. And then, again, as we talked about in the open, the fact that you always have that presence in the back line of your defense that can cause problems. And they feel very comfortable funneling people to Mutombo.
45-37, Hawks with the lead. MJ steps out on the floor. Scottie posted up, wanted the basketball. Michael now takes the jumper, top of the circle, very short. Tony fought for the rebound, but couldn't get it. Hawks can make it a double-figure lead here. Blaylock goes around that screen from Mutombo and hits the three.
The Bulls several times tonight have gone underneath the screen with Blaylock, and he's not going to hesitate to pull that trigger, especially if the screen is low enough or he's right at the three-point line and he's knocked in three of them.
That's not a long shot anymore in this league.
MJ wanted to post up, has a turnaround. Jumper is good. Michael knocks it in.
You better cover a guy out in that area. They're taking 25, 35 shots.
Steve Kerr on him. Blaylock looks inside, goes down low. Henderson put it up and tipped it in.
That's the third time Michael's come down, provided nice help, and when the shot went up, Tony lost contact with Henderson. Didn't use his body to keep him off the boards, and he was right at the rim to tip it back in.
It's 12 off the bench for them. They're doing a great job.
Coming up to halftime now is Scottie with the fake. Baseline jumper, short rebound, tapped, and that'll do it. We have played one half of basketball here at the United Center, and the Atlanta Hawks have done exactly what they wanted in the first half. Hawks lead the Bulls 50-39. Now let's go back to our studios one more time. Here's Steve Cashel.
Well, we're back here at the score right now. Atlanta 50 and the Bulls 39. Not shooting that well, Steve.
That's right. Coming up here in our Chevy GL halftime report, Norm and I will go through the highlights of the first half. Also take a look at tonight's late night matchup out west between the Lakers and Jazz. First, the Ameritech call of the half.
About having some time off versus playing and being Francis. Scottie gets the steal. Trying to go coast to coast, and he does. But maybe that kind of a turnaround will happen a little bit.
World Champion Chicago Bulls basketball is brought to you in part by your local Chevrolet and Geo dealers, people you can trust when you're looking for a good car value. The owners, managers, and crew who proudly call the McDonald's in your neighborhood My McDonald's. NBC5 committed to Chicago. Briggs & Stratton, put more power in your lineup. Make sure all your outdoor power equipment has a Briggs & Stratton engine. Gillette Sensor Excel and the Gillette Series. Gillette, the best a man can get. Get away from the ordinary and discover the extraordinary. Las Vegas, call your travel agent today. And by Ginsana, the original all-natural energizer.
For years, the 16-inch Fletcher softball has been a familiar sight on diamonds from Niles to Naperville. The same can be said about the 97 Chevy S10 pickup. Both provide rugged play and long drives at an affordable price. While the ball is the center of activity on the field, the S10 is the focus after the game. With an optional third door providing easy access for bats, balls, and that occasional sprained ankle victim. If only the ball was this big in the pros.
So, where do you want this?
Hey now, I ordered a new copier.
This is better than new, my friend. Allow me to demonstrate. Oh, what do we have here? Wow. Enlarges, too. Even collates. I'll take it.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
That was close. I didn't think I could shove this baby through.
Be active, be cool, but beware.
Use an ordinary stick antiperspirant, you get flaky white stuff. Until now. Gillette introduces new Clear Stick. It's clear, so it can't leave a white residue. And it glides on smooth and dry for maximum strength stick protection. No stick protects you better against odor and wetness. So don't get the white stuff. Get the clear advantage. New Gillette Clear Stick. Or try cool, refreshing Clear Gel.
It's halftime at the United Center as the Bulls and Atlanta Hawks are going at it in Game 1 of Round 2 of the NBA playoffs. Bulls beat the Hawks 3 out of 4 times in the regular season, though each game was fairly close. As for tonight, well, Atlanta looking good early on, and right here, Scottie Pippen with a nice tip-in, although it goes in the wrong basket. Hawks up 5 early. Scottie makes up for it, though. Strips Tyrone Corbin, the former DePaul star, and goes all the way for the jam. Bulls were down 3. That's our Gillette replay. One of the plays that was going well for the Bulls in the first half, Norman.
No doubt about it in that particular area, Steve. But right now, the Bulls are a little rusty, I think, on the offense. They got shots, just not quite hitting it. And the defense, second shots are just unbelievable. And Corbin's having an outstanding game right now.
Yes, Corbin, the baseline for the lay-in. Hawks were up 26-19 after 1, their largest lead 11 a couple of times, and that's what they lead by right now as Atlanta leads at 50-39. According to my book, Michael leads all scorers with 13. Pippen has 10. Mookie Blaylock 11 for them. Steve Smith and Tyrone Corbin 9 each. What is it? Rustiness? Is it just that the Bulls had 5 full days off? And Atlanta, a little bit of momentum coming off the Detroit series. They only had 1 day off. Thought they might be a little tired, but they seem to be on a roll.
Well, to me, the game started off and showed right away with Scottie tipping the ball in. I think that is an indication of your head in the game. I think Dennis went his tee right away. He seemed to lack the aggressive play that Dennis brings to the table. And I think if nothing else, this half, you've got to instill and get in Dennis's mind, he's got to have that upbeat tempo, not to rely everything on Dennis, but that presence, that intensity, that everything that goes with Dennis has to be present right now. And I don't see that, especially after technical. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Just get out and play basketball. Everything else is a combination of this team's, I guess, matchups, along with the fact that this team is rusty, that being the Bulls, and Mutombo and everyone is getting second shots, and that has to stop right now. Even though they missed, they are aggressive. They're going over our backs, and they're getting away with it basically because they are the team that are aggressive right now, Steve, and the Bulls have to correct that.
Yes, plus the Atlanta bench is playing very well. Right now, Alan Henderson, 8 points, for Kasner and James, each with 2, something we weren't expecting here from the Atlanta Hawks to have a decent bench. Still to come, we're going to take a look at the L.A. Lakers as they attempt to steal a road game against Mailman and the Utah Jazz. And we'll also get you set up for second half action from the United Center as our Chevy GL halftime report continues. Bulls down 11 at halftime.
This halftime break is brought to you in part by Brewery Fresh Budweiser. Now introducing new Born on Dating. It's the day your bud was born because fresh beer tastes better.
My grandfather started the business not long after he came here. I've been running it now for 6 years. For me, there's a lot of pride in it. I've been given something that 2 men spent their entire lives building. How will it turn out under me? I think about that. About my family, 200 people that work here. And I can't help but think about my grandfather.
It's your life's work. Does your bank understand that?
The 97 Mazda 626 LX Special Edition. Lease for $229. Add rich leather and the lease goes to. Add air and a silky automatic and the lease cruises to. Add power everything and the lease rolls to. Add the best basic warranty in its class and you get the idea. Lease or buy for $17,895.
Keeping your business running like clockwork. We understand how important that is. That's why Chicago's hometown airline, United, gives you over 1,000 flights in and out of O'Hare, with more service to more cities than any other airline. How is it we understand business so well? Because our over 50,000 employees are business owners themselves, the employee owners of United. Come fly our friendly skies.
To make it to the sizzling, smoking, red-hot playoffs, you've got to have the stuff, just like Montgomery Ward.
We've got Admiral Designer Series top mount refrigerators for just $4.99. And a Maytag super capacity laundry pair. Washer just $4.69, dryer $3.99. Get them while they're hot. Only at Montgomery Ward.
This week on the NBC5 News, do long-distance telephone carriers have you confused? Are you getting the most for your money? Learn how to cut through the hype to find the best deals. Rapists, murderers, they're not behind bars. They're hiding out behind state lines. Has Illinois become a safe haven for fugitives? Lower your blood pressure, improve your immune system. To what extent can you heal your body using only your mind? These stories and more this week on the NBC5 News.
Rick Pitino says it's not about the money. Instead, it's about the challenge. Either way, Rick Pitino is leaving the University of Kentucky and taking over the head coaching job of the Boston Celtics. As for the money, it's a 10-year deal worth $70 million. Nice challenge, but great money, right?
No, it's not about the money. It's about the challenge, and the challenge is definitely about the money. Simple as that.
Good move for Boston?
Well, I think you got a coach that shows some intensity and bring maybe some stability there. But once again, Steve, the bottom line is you need talent. I don't care how great you are, and I mentioned that before. Great coaches have great talent. And somewhere along the lines, you take that great talent and funnel it into winning form and keeping it going. Because there's a lot of situations where there's some great talent around teams and around coaches that just don't get the job done. I think Rick Pitino's a winner. He's been a winner all his life along the coaching, wherever he's coached. And I think, give him time, he probably could turn Boston around. But you need talent, the bottom line.
Well, he gets 2 lottery picks and may have that #1 pick in next month's draft. As far as the other NBA playoff games tonight, just one from the West as the Jazz meet the Lakers again. It's been an easy ride so far in the postseason for Jerry Sloan and the Utah Jazz. 4 consecutive victories, the latest being Sunday's 16-point win over the Lakers in Game 1 of the Western Conference semifinals. Karl Malone continued his stellar play with 23 points and 13 rebounds. But the key was Utah's defensive effort against Shaq. The Jazz limited the big man to just 17 points, 16 below his playoff average. The Jazz are playing so well at home, 3-0 in the postseason thus far, and they have not lost at the Delta Center since February 23rd. Overall, the numbers are just as impressive, 23 wins in their last 24 games.
Hundreds of lawnmowers to choose from, with a broad range of quality features designed to meet your needs. But the ones that have the edge to do the job right have one feature in common: a powerful, high-performance Briggs & Stratton engine. Make sure your lawnmower is powered by Briggs & Stratton, the power in power equipment.
Stood there boldly, sweating in the sun. Felt like a million, felt like #1, like a
Chevy Astro.
Like a
the only truck tough enough to handle childhood.
His kids are in college. You'd look at him and you'd say, he's got it made. But now it's not about making it, it's about keeping it. You can't assume you're going to coast home from here. He knows that, and his broker must have known it all along. Sure, it's about keeping it, but it's also about enjoying it. How's he doing it?
More research, insight, understanding. Payne Weber. Invest with more intelligence.
Joe, Speedy Messenger Service just hit a speed bump.
What do you mean? Business is great. The phone's ringing off the hook.
That's exactly why our biggest account is leaving us.
What? I don't understand.
They said they've been having problems getting through to us.
I don't get it. If they couldn't get through, then how'd you find out?
I got a letter this morning. Delivered by their new messenger service.
Ameritech, your link to better communication.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the NBA.
Right now, Hawks lead the Bulls by 11 at halftime. Two other stats that jump out. Steve Kerr, no points. Dennis Rodman, just 3 rebounds. Following these messages, we'll head back to United Center. We'll rejoin Tom, John, Pax, and Little Lou for the call of the second half. Norm and I will see you after the game for complete post-game and live in the locker room, both locker rooms. Enjoy it. See you later.
Want a bud?
Sure.
Ouch.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Yes! Where were we?
Tonight on The Report, we'll go live in the locker room following Game 1 between the Bulls and Hawks. Plus, the Sox face Griffey and the Mariners and get in the loop with third base coach Doug Rader after the game.
Only one company brings you Chicago's premier properties. From the graystones of the Gold Coast to the brownstones of Lincoln Park to the distinctive residences of the North Shore. Caldwell Banker Can. No other real estate company combines the resources of the nation's leading real estate firm with a local company whose personal attention is legendary. Now only one is premier. Caldwell Banker Can.
Well, when I first started doing it, it was a social thing. I was an addict for 14 years. I shot up, I snorted, I drank, I smoked a pipe. Cost me custody of my 3 kids. I lived on the streets, I stayed in abandoned buildings, I sold my body, I stole. It ain't nothing that I haven't done. In recovery, it's my life. If I'm not sober, I can't do anything.
World Champion Chicago Bulls basketball is brought to you in part by W1 by Raymond Weil, the cutting edge in time. Montgomery Ward, your headquarters for the official Chicago Bulls team shop. And by Discover Card, proud sponsor of the Smithsonian's 150th anniversary.
The Atlanta Hawks with the lead at halftime, 50-39 over the Chicago Bulls. Eastern Conference semifinal game number 1 here at the United Center. Let's take a look at Payne Weber first half stats now. And a couple things will jump out at you. First of all, field goal percentage not very good. The Hawks made 3 more and took 6 more. 3-pointers, Hawks made a couple more, took 2 more. Free throws, Bulls took 1 more, but didn't shoot very well from there. Rebounds a big number for the Hawks, and so is second chance points. 14-2 in favor of Atlanta. Lou Cannell is standing by with the architect of the offense. This ought to be interesting, Lou.
You are so right, Tom Dora. Tex Winter standing alongside, and Tex, I know you are not a happy man with the way the offense was run in the first half. Where was the breakdown?
Well, it wasn't just the offense. First place, we couldn't shoot the ball. Pippen shooting 33%, 4 for 12. Michael got some good shots. He made close to 50%.
Is that because of the layoff?
No one else stepped. Well, we don't know, but we don't have any fire in our bellies. These guys have come up with 10 offensive boards, 3 or 4 putback baskets. We've gotten 3. Well, you know, they're dominating the boards, are out hustling for all the loose balls. We're just not ready to play. If we don't come out in the second half, it'll be an embarrassment for us.
But this is a team that has lived on its defense come the third quarter.
Well, we hope it carries over.
Tex Winter with us. Back to Tom, Johnny, and John.
Kind of like Tex, he does not mince words very often, does he, guys?
No, and he hits the nail on the head. Right now, it's hustle and effort, and even though sometimes the Bulls do settle for that perimeter shot, if they're good shots within the offense, you live with that because that's what the offense is about. But right now, it's being beaten to loose balls and coming up with that aggressive nature that you need to play this game. And I think I'm sure a message was sent at halftime. This team needs to come out ready to play.
We're live at the United Center here in Chicago. as the Chicago Bulls take on the Atlanta Hawks. My partners, Lou Canellis, John Paxson, Johnny Kerr, I'm Tom Dorr here at the United Center for Bulls basketball on Sports Channel. Hey, Lou, I saw you there talking to Dennis Rodman. What did he have to say?
All right, number one, he said that he's having troubles breathing out on the court because of his upset stomach. But he also wanted to point out to me, guys, that the brace is really hampering him jumping tonight. And if he had things his way, he would rid of it right now going into the second half. But he knows the team wants him to continue to wear the brace, but he said it's really bothering his play this evening.
Thanks, Lou. I saw you talking to him, and you know, Dennis lets you know how he feels. Well, let's see how the Atlanta Hawks and Chicago Bulls come out. Bulls come out with a little bit more defensive intensity. Looks like they're trying to deny the passing lanes a little bit more. Smith missed that. Dennis with a rebound. That's a good start for the Bulls. Scottie with it on the wing. Luke posting up with Leitner on him. Quick movement by the Bulls. MJ fadeaway jumper wouldn't go. Dennis tipped it again, and finally Mutombo was right there. And Mutombo and Rodman are tangled up at the other end. And finally they let go of each other. Blaylock drives baseline, kicks it out to Leitner. Mutombo comes through, off the glass and good.
Just forgot about him a little bit coming down the floor and allowed him to get into the lane.
52-39 now.
Luke stays out high. Let's see what they want to do here. They want to bring Michael down low.
They reverse it to Dennis. Shot clock at 6 at 5. MJ.
Michael, does he know? He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Too late. Too late. And normally Michael knows where the popcorn vendor is. The bench up along with Lenny Wilkins down there. They sense that the Bulls are not playing as the champions have played before.
Turnovers. Both teams doing a nice job, really. Mookie comes off that screen. Michael went high around the screen, but picked up the foul.
3 shots.
So, Pax, this is what you were talking about earlier about how you would like to see them play this three-point attempt.
Well, in the first half, they went underneath the screen. It gave Blaylock some open looks, and he knocked him in. This time, they see him come out on their entry pass, and it's a quick step out by Mutombo. Michael chases him over the top. Luke's still well behind the play, so if Michael doesn't chase him, then Blaylock's going to have a wide open shot.
Well, he's got to show. Luke's got to show a little bit. He can't drop that far back.
But what happens is the way they run that, they run it quickly, where Mutombo steps out of the post quickly, and Luke already trailing the play. Even if he does get out there, it's going to be he's going to be late getting out there, and that's what a lot of teams do to set you up instead of just kind of walking into a screen roll. It's some action that brings you out of the post, and post players have a tough time making that adjustment sometimes of coming from the block all the way out to chase a screen roll situation.
So they start with the first 5 points of the third quarter. The crowd gets a little restless now.
And this is the little pressure they're showing. It's not much, but it's enough in the backcourt to disrupt the Bulls a little bit.
And again, all they're trying to do is slow him down a little bit, change things up a little. Scottie for 3 hits.
We saw in the last possession slow it up enough, and all of a sudden time's taken off the clock, and the Bulls didn't recognize the fact that the shot clock was winding down.
That was another $72 that goes to charitables from Carex. Mookie goes right around MJ and got fouled going to the basket. And Michael picks up the personal foul.
Michael has him on top of the floor. Just a little hesitation dribble by Blaylock. And there's no one on the back line stepping up and stepping in to prevent him from getting to the basket.
All right, that door never did close.
At an upcoming playoff game, the first 10,000 fans in the United Center will receive a Bulls poster, compliments of the Sun-Times.
We talked about Blaylock and how he likes to shoot three-pointers. He was 4 of 11 from the field in the first half, but 8 of those attempts were from behind the three-point line. We've already seen here in the first couple minutes of the third quarter the fact that he got fouled on a three-point attempt. So always have to be aware of him out there.
Scottie hit one, and now it's hit back-to-back threes from that same spot. Another $72 that goes to Carex. So Scottie comes out and hits a couple threes and maybe gets something going for this team. Ty Corbin steps way out on the floor. Scottie there to give him some pressure. Back to Blaylock as Mutombo tries to post up. Fadeaway deuce. Nope, and Scottie with the rebound. A good start to the second half for Pip. Ron Harper for three. Too long. Rebound. Dennis Rodman tracks it down. Finds Scottie. And Corbin cuts off that same spot. He was going to go for three in a row. Fresh shot clock for the Bulls. Scottie. Long three. How about the start for Pip?
19 points for Pip, 9 in this quarter. They'll take a 20-second timeout, but the Bulls come out with Pip hitting three-pointers all from the right side or towards the center of the court, and that's what the Bulls needed, a little jump start here.
And what you like about that possession is the fact that the Bulls got a rebound and threw it up the floor, and even though Harp didn't make a shot, the Bulls still had offensive rebound position because they all ran hard, and it gave them another opportunity. On a switch then out of a screen roll situation, Scottie found himself with Leitner. Leitner backed off of him, and when you're feeling it, you might as well take the shot. And Scottie has really given a huge lift and hopefully has provided a little energy to this crowd now where the players feel like they're back in it.
Here he gets a good look at it right over the top of Tyrone Corbin. He gets another little pass from Luke Longley. And then the third one is from the top of the key over Leitner.
That third one got another $72. It goes to charitables from Carrick. Steve Smith posts up. Dennis Rodman with a help. Here come the Bulls on the run. MJ down the floor from the slam. It's a 6-point game at the United Center. Scottie with some pressure defense against Corbin. And guys, a different energy now from the Bulls and from the crowd. Leitner missed it. Here come the Bulls. Hart goes through, missed it. Rebound Captain Mutombo. Harper tied him up. Jump ball.
Good play by Harp. He missed a shot, but he comes down, grabs the ball along with Mutombo. Now defensively, you might want to go for a steal on this play. Here's a good play. Harp misses the shot, and then he goes up. He and Mutombo get blocked up. I would think you might want to pick out where is this going to go. It's going to go over to Ty Corbin, so you might.
Well, they've got Scottie and Dennis.
Now. You got to get inside of Steve Smith.
Scottie and Dennis are both pretty good at this. Out of bounds, Bulls ball.
Okay, that's where they tried to put it over to Steve Smith, but enough herky-jerkiness by Dennis Rodman and Pippen, and it was tapped out of bounds.
Michael in the corner gets the screen from Luke. Rodman baseline jumper, almost walked. Longley had it knocked away by Mookie, got it back, got it blocked, got it back, and finally Mookie takes it away.
You have to be aware of where Mookie is all the time off the ball, and anytime you put it down that close to him, he's going to come in and get it.
Hart picks up the foul. He didn't want Leitner to get the shot off. And Leitner hollered at Joey Crawford.
He's saying that Dennis got me after the shot. There it is. Harp gets him and
gives him a little shot. Takes exception to it.
Whistle had already blown. Leading rebounder, Mookie Blaylock and Michael Jordan.
Now, Blaylock's a great rebounder. He averaged over 7 a game in that 5-game series with Detroit, and on the year, he averages over 5 rebounds a game.
Corbin goes on top for Blaylock. Steve Smith, tough jumper. Dennis right there. It's a 6-point Hawks lead. Scottie.
You don't need that pass, really, do you?
MJ through the lane. Fakes, spins on top of the Bulls to slow it down. This guy has been the offense in the third quarter and goes up, got fouled by Ty Corbin.
You know, that pass by Dennis that time, they didn't need that where Pip had to go up and rescue the ball, but Dennis has a way of creating and getting the, getting the entire United Center on their feet to help you out, but Pip has great control.
Scottie missed the first. I guess the thing, if you're Dennis, you're looking at is Scottie's a better athlete. He's probably going to get it and maybe can create something, but that was a dangerous pass.
And Dennis is one of the best outlet passers in basketball.
Absolutely.
He can put the ball on the money, and it really wasn't too bad of a pass.
No, they're not going to allow that. You know what? Dennis got inside Mutombo beautifully, but he did it too early, and the Bulls as they did in the Washington series, lose another free throw by in the lane too quick.
You saw Joey Crawford ready to wave it
Joey
off.
could have waved it off, saying, you know, no harm. Can't make the free throw.
Leitner covers up the ball. Blaylock as the Bulls a very good double team. Ty Corbin for 3 hits. That's a big 3 for them.
Hit his first 4 shots of the game. Quieted down for a little bit, but he's a guy that you sometimes forget about, and then when you've forgotten about him, he steps up and hits a big shot.
Michael steps out. He tries the 3. Dennis gets the offensive rebound. Bounces to Luke. He likes that spot. Couldn't get it. Michael with the offensive rebound. He'll take the baseline. Jump and it'll fall in.
Finally stayed in the jar. Rattled on all sides. Michael with 17. Bulls down by 7.
Steve Smith inside double pumps. Missed it. Rebound Scottie.
That's good help defense. He forced Smith, who looked like he had a layup to begin with, forced him to miss the shot.
Michael, offensive rebound, goes up and got fouled.
This is
Mutombo.
He's going to be out. He's out. Dennis is out.
Gone. But I think Mutombo might have started that, but I'm not sure. I saw the tail end of it, and I saw Dennis turn and look at Mutombo like something he had done really bothered him, but Dennis is gone.
5:57 here. And
somebody just ought to grab him, walk him off the floor. He's not going to win the argument now. It's over with. Here they are fighting after Michael goes after the ball on the offensive rebound. And I'm not exactly sure what to. Oh, Dennis throws an elbow at him as Mutombo was in his face.
He was swinging the finger. See that? Oh, Dennis, yeah, that's a free. All right, we got a timeout. Hawks lead it by 7.
Right, we got to tail on Mutombo and give it a check.
You barely notice him, but he's on the field for every single Sox game. Get in the loop as Sports Channel explores the unsung world of White Sox third base coach Doug Rader. Get in the loop tonight on the Sports Channel Report.
Today's flight is a special one.
Meet the first-class passengers.
Makes the Manson family look like the Partridge family.
Of Con Air.
Where are you going with my plane?
We're going to Disneyland.
Now, it may be their party, but someone...
We have a traitor in our midst.
...is about to crash in. From Jerry Bruckheimer, producer of The Rock.
It's on your mind, hillbilly. Goodbye.
Con Air, rated R, directed by Simon West. Starts Friday, June 6th.
I know you like your outfit stylish, any other line but the Gap is childish. Everybody working is your personal stylist. You're falling, once you hear the Gap calling, you can't resist the shopping, big ballin', not stopping, yes, shawlin'. Jeans popping in every mall in town or city. GAP, gritty, ready to go for us, by us, on the low. G, that's for getting the A for always. P, that's for power and the people that praise. Backwards, P for popular, A for attitude. G, get it going, Daddy Gap is on the move. How easy is this? Fall into the Gap.
There's something on my Discover card statement that's a surprise. It's seafoam green. It looks like something from the 50s. It looks vintage. My husband will absolutely freak out when he sees it. He's going to be so excited. I like makeup because I never wore very much before I started singing professionally. My favorite color is a color called faux, as in fake. How many credit cards make a statement like that? The more you spend, the more money you get back. You can't lose. It pays to Discover. Use it where you see the Novus sign.
Welcome back to the United Center as the Bulls take on the Atlanta Hawks. Luke and Ellis, John Paxson, Johnny Kerr. I'm Tom Dorr. Luke and Ellis is standing by. What's up, Louie?
Just talked with Bill Wennington, guys, and Bill was talking to Dennis Rodman before he left the playing area. Dennis was explaining to Phil Jackson and the rest of the team that what he saw was Mutombo waving his finger at him, and what he was trying to do, and he explained this to referee Joey Crawford, was he was trying to push away Mutombo's finger, and that's what he was doing. He was just responding to Mutombo's finger. And guys, Senior Vice President of Basketball Operations, Rod Thorne of the NBA, came up with a rule, and the rule for Mutombo was he was not supposed to wave his finger at other players on the court. If he wanted to wave his finger, he had to wave it at the crowd. And if Mutombo indeed was waving it at another player, that he would receive a technical foul. But here, there's no technical foul for Mutombo, and instead, Rodman's just trying to get rid of the finger.
You know, Dikembe has a reputation of waving it when he blocks shots. He was pointing at Dennis for something. It wasn't the wave that we're accustomed to. And, you know, it's time now with Dennis that he has to accept what the referees are going to give him, and you have to walk away from things.
Yeah, and that's zero.
Otherwise, he's going to end up in this situation all the time. And we love Dennis and the way he plays. And this hurts now because he's providing some energy. He's come out aggressive in his third quarter, and now you're going to have to mix and match with some other guys on the floor.
And he supplies some good defense down there too.
And this is a big loss for the Bulls as Corbin puts up a long two and hits it. Yeah, Max, I agree. He's got to learn to walk away from those situations.
Only because it's the reputation thing now, and that's what they're looking for. And the only way he's going to get himself out of it is by walking away.
Scottie from 15 couldn't get that one. Michael tapped it out of bounds. It'll belong to the Hawks. So now without Dennis, guys, where do the Bulls have to step up? As Tony comes into the ball game, you would think this would be a spot he could go post up, maybe make some things happen.
Tony's going to have to be aggressive now offensively. He's going to get some minutes, and he's going to have to be productive.
Leitner backs his way in on top. Ty Corbin has been the hot hand. Scottie with a rebound, takes it away from everybody.
Now, Hart did a nice job. That seems to be Corbin's spot at the top of the circle. Hit a lot of shots in that Detroit series on double teams. Hart did a nice job at running at his shooting hand and forcing him to miss that shot.
Hart comes off the screen. Scottie steps out. Shot clock at 6. At 5 as Michael has it in the corner. Gets the screen. Long.
Oh, man. Over Mutombo.
He didn't want Luke to come set the screen, and he's hollering at Luke saying, clear out, take Mutombo away, don't bring him at me.
They're really trying to get now Leitner the ball. They know they have Pippen's guarding him. They want to use that size advantage.
Leitner backs his way in, picks up the dribble. Steve Smith gets cut off. Corbin, top of the circle. Missed it. Rebound, Ron Harper.
Pips running.
Harp for 3.
Yes, sir. Ring it up and a foul. Stay down low. Steve Smith on a foul. I think Luke Longley will be shooting a free throw. Harp with that 3.
72
There's Harp with the shot. That's Michael going to shoot the free throw.
That's just a case of Michael pushing the ball up hard, attracting the defense, and Harp just filling in the gap. And Michael with enough confidence to give the ball up to him. And Harp hits a big shot. It's really been the 3-point field goal here in this quarter. 3 by Pip, 1 by Michael, and now 1 by Harp. It leads to a 4-point play. And he's got the Bulls right back in this, down by 1.
Blaylock with it, comes off the screen. Mookie tries for the 3 and hits that.
That was not well played. They can switch that. Michael and Scottie are like size. If they want to, they can just, Scottie could just jump out there and switch it, stay right in front of Blaylock.
MJ, by the way, got 23 with that last basket. That's another donation from your local Chevy Geo dealers to the James George Boys and Girls Club as Luke hits from long range.
Here's the situation now with Dennis out of the game. Mutombo has to guard an offensive threat. And this is what Phil was talking about before the series even began. Luke's going to have to step in those gaps and make this jump shot, and he stepped in the foul line right there.
Well, I'll tell you what, Hart played Smith as good as anybody could play a guy, and then finally he rides him to the side and picks up his 3rd foul.
That's the 4th team foul on the Bulls, so Hawks shooting the rest of the way.
Leitner comes inside, finds Corbin. He and Smith got in the same spot. Mutombo gives it back to Corbin. Inside Smith. High Harper rattles out. Mutombo right there to finish it off. 67-63. Makes the move. Luke from 15 hits again.
And again, Mutombo camping in the lane, and that's going to be available. And Michael realizes that when he got into the lane through the defense, he knew where Luke was going to be.
There they both went underneath again on Mookie.
Rebound tap, out of bounds will belong to Atlanta. Tony hollering, and Tony got a technical foul.
Joey's not taking anything now. He's heard enough from everybody on the floor.
And we got a timeout from Atlanta. 2:33 left in the 3rd. The Hawks lead the Bulls by a pair.
I packed the licorice for me, the corn chips for Maria, and those little caramel-flavored rice cakes for Susie. I figured Susie would be on her annual, oh my God, I gotta fit into a swimsuit diet. It happens every year. Susie's diet and our trip to the lake. My mother always says, if you want to remember what's important, you have to be willing to forget what's not. So, we forget. Forget about blow dryers and pantyhose, what it is to be wives, mothers, and career women. And somewhere in between the suntan lotion and the inner tubes and the cool calm of the lake, we remember.
There are over 33,000 miles of shoreline in Illinois. Call 1-800-2CONNECT for a free travel guide to help you find just the right spot.
We remember what it is to be Maria, Susie, and me.
Find yourself a million miles from Monday in Illinois.
Just a reminder, next time you need a little help getting airborne, the 50,000 employee owners of United Airlines would be more than happy to help. Come fly our friendly skies.
The Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic returns this summer to Chicago's Grant Park. Call 312-455-4000 for more information. And check the Tribune Wednesday and Sunday, or visit any Chicagoland Sport Mart location for an entry form. And an upcoming playoff game, the first 10,000 fans in the United Center will receive a Bulls poster, compliments of the Sun-Times. And guys, Tony Kukoc steps in and gets a technical foul when he complains that the ball went off of Dikembe Mutombo instead of Bulls player. Sinbad is enjoying the game. Daryl Gerritsen enjoying the ball game.
Looks like that guy from Star Trek. You know, they started out, they came into this half with an 11-point lead, and then they scored the first 5 points. So the Bulls have done a pretty good job at chipping away and knocking down. But Steve Smith at the line to shoot the free throw on Tony Kukoc as Joey says, I'm not taking anything. And there's a rare miss by Smith.
Scottie and Michael are still talking. They've had a long conversation going about what they're trying to get done.
Probably about that screen and roll situation that's come up twice.
Yeah. They both run away from Mookie twice as well.
Knocked away by Scottie. Loose ball on the floor. Bulls come up with it. MJ on the right side. Double clutches. Looks for an outlet man. It'll be Luke on top. Plenty of time on the shot clock, 15.
And he has Luke to walk away again because we had Leitner on it.
MJ looks for the opening, tries to go by Page, fires short, but a foul on Christian Leitner.
Not a very good play by Leitner. He's got Michael way out by the three-point line and fouls him trying to block that shot. You think he would try to stay in front of him, go up and let Michael finish that.
Especially when it wasn't a very nice shot.
Right. But Michael sensed it. You're right, Pax. He sensed it right away. He said to Luke, get out and take Mutombo with you.
Doing a little bit of everything here tonight. Scoring, and we've seen in this quarter when anytime he senses something's not right, he finds a way to get real active. He's gotten a couple offensive rebounds for baskets here in the quarter and really just trying to give that emotional boost, that energy lift that this team needs. And he has. And with 2 minutes to go in the quarter, you're sitting right where you want to be. You tied the game up after being down.
Right, and he's put 12 points on the board this quarter.
Leitner down low with Scottie on him. Kukoc goes over to help. Bulls with good rotation. Smith makes the three. From 16, missed it. Rebound Leitner. Michael
Great
game
by Michael.
Scottie and Tony with MJ. Michael Jordan.
Yes, sir. Bulls take the lead.
A minute 45 left in the third, and the Bulls have stormed back here at the United Center.
You notice Lenny Wilkins in that first half went to his bench very early. Been reluctant to go there. He's kept his starters in this entire quarter with the Bulls making a run.
Again, good help by the Bulls. Smith left side for three, and Hart with a rebound.
Now, this team can be streaky, hot and cold, shooting jump shots, and when they're not going in, it gives you an opportunity to get out and run and get into your offense quickly.
Tony in the corner, goes inside for Michael. Great fake. MJ put it up and he got fouled in the foul.
Absolutely. Michael up in his face, and that time he should be waving that finger at Mutombo.
That's exactly what he did. He had the finger waving at Dikembe Mutombo.
Just a quick move in the post.
Good fake under Smith. Look at this, up.
He gets up.
Well, Michael, you get so used to him shooting that fadeaway jump shot, and Steve Smith was anticipating that and went up with him. And Michael just spun so quickly and got to the baseline. And what a better finisher in the game than Michael.
Shot missed. Michael from 15 hits again.
All those hustle points that the Hawks were getting in the first half, the Bulls are getting now, and that's what you need to have, is what Tex Winter talked about at halftime.
Mookie Blaylock drives in and hits the layup. Luke Longley got the miss from Michael, gave it back to MJ, who hit from 15, and then Mookie answered at the other end. Under a minute left in the third period. Tony on top.
Oh, where is this?
Got to shoot it. You've got to take that shot. Trust your shot and know that there's going to be guys on the offensive boards.
Luke Canellis is standing by as Judd Bushler checks in. What's up?
And not to be overlooked in this comeback, guys, the Bulls have out-rebounded the Hawks in this third quarter 15-3. They now lead the rebounding edge 34-33.
Bulls scored 39 points in the first half. They've got 34 here in the third quarter. Blaylock, his pass deflected. Scottie comes up with it. Bulls 4 on 3. Pip finds Ron Harper. Left-hand layup goes in. Bulls doing an awful lot on the defensive end.
And that's where they get back in games. It's been their trademark, and once that aggressive nature picked up, they got themselves back in the game.
It was a great third quarter that the Bulls do so often back in the 3 straight playoff championships. As Luke Longley picks up a foul.
I think that's going to be on Michael.
Michael, I think.
On the ball on Blaylock.
No, it is Luke. You know, that's what I thought. Joey says, I've had enough of that. Seen enough of that hand check over there on the side. Let's see if we can take a look at the steal in here by Scottie Pippen. Pip takes it on down. He's going to find Harp coming in from the left side. Harp comes in with that left hand over.
Steve Kerr will check back in for the Bulls.
Humble, 78% free throw shooter, misses that one. Steve Kerr comes in for who?
Luke, end of the third quarter. Ty Corbin comes in. Christian Laettner will come out.
Henry James.
No fouls to give, so you look for the Bulls to open up the floor, give Michael or Scottie an opportunity to handle. And then you got your shooters outside in case the double team comes.
11.5 seconds and counting. MJ brings it across the timeline. Steve Kerr wide to the left. Michael moves in. Steve on top, was open. MJ.
Ah, the buzzer!
Michael hits it at the buzzer. Let's see it again with the time remaining.
Michael just trying to get a shot off here. He comes up against Steve Smith. He floats to the left. You see the time going out. Ball comes out of Michael's hand. No chance to get back at him.
Fourth quarter's coming up.
Budweiser, the king of beers, is proud to be part of another Chicago Bulls season. And introducing new Born on Dating. It's the day your Bud was born, because fresh beer tastes better.
Well, not much of a crowd here today, but it should be a good game. All right, Stewart's batting 3 here.
Hold my Budweiser. I'm going to go find those guys.
All right, Wedman toes the rubber. Delivered. Whoa, a long drive to left field. That ball's going to carry. It's going out of here. There's one lucky fan out there, but he's got something in his hands.
Drop the beer.
What's he going to do? He's got to make his move. It's nothing but good. Oh, that ball bounced about 20 feet off his head.
Please, just let go of the beer.
Let go of the beer, son.
And now, Scottie Pippen.
Winning is great, but it's what's behind the win that counts. Strategy, perseverance, and most of all, teamwork. What's true on the court is true on the streets. Chicago neighborhoods are safer because of a new team at work, the CAPS team. Residents, police, and the city teaming up to prevent crime. When you join the CAPS team, everybody wins. Safe neighborhoods are everybody's business. Call 744-KEP and get with the beat.
What's Monty dreaming up now?
Hi, I'm Monty from Rogers Pontiac. Now it's time to add something super. Supermarket? No, maybe not. I know, we'll make Rogers Pontiac a superstore with super low prices.
Buy this fully factory-equipped 97 Grand Am. Monty says, let's make a deal.
Chicago's only Pontiac superstore.
The new Rogers Pontiac Superstore, 27th and Michigan in Chicago.
Sports Channel's playoff coverage of the world champion Chicago Bulls is brought to you in part by Ameritech, your link to better communication. United Airlines is proud to be a participating sponsor of tonight's program. Come fly Chicago's hometown airline. Come fly our friendly skies. And by American National, the bank for business.
Here's our Ginsana game summary, and it shows a good story. The Bulls, with 39 in the first half, 38 in the third quarter, take a 7-point lead, 77-70. Over the Atlanta Hawks. And you see the Bulls, first half 39 points, 15 of 39. Third quarter, 14 of 22. Michael was 7 of 9 for 20 points. He also had 3 rebounds. Scottie Pippen was 3 of 5 for 9 points. He also had 3 rebounds. And here's what we've talked about. When the Bulls get a little time off, they can really be dangerous.
Yeah, they were dangerous to themselves in that first half with a little time off.
Okay, fair enough. But
all right, here we go. Start the fourth quarter. Bulls up by 7, 77-70. This crowd back into it. Big crowd tonight, 24,397.
Third quarter rebounds. The Bulls 15-3 over the Hawks. Bulls going with 3 guards now.
Well, Phil's going to give Scottie a little break, and it moves Michael now down to the small forward position, but this is what Lenny Wilkins has to do. He can play Rakasner and Blaylock together to give Steve Smith a break, and that allows Phil to play Randy and Steve together and puts Michael down on the baseline playing that 3 spot.
Mutombo with the rebound gives it to Blaylock. Bulls lead it by 7 here as we start the fourth period.
Randy did a nice job that time, that quick screen out of transition, fighting over the top.
Randy Brown picks up the foul and did not like the call from Louis Grillo. Randy picks up his second.
You look at this lineup that Atlanta has in, and you know the ball's going to be in Blaylock's hand. You do have to be aware of Rakasner because he can shoot it, but really you've got Smith and Layton are off the floor, and those are 2 of your leading scorers.
So limited shooters on the floor for Atlanta beside those 2, right?
Right, because Hancock's not really a perimeter player. He can attack the basket.
Good contact on that play.
Luke sets the screen. MJ finds Kerr. Good ball movement by the Bulls. Longley gets it back. Tony makes the move inside, finds Luke. Little baseline 12-footer. Nope. Tony went for it. Steve Kerr knocked it loose, and the Bulls get a fresh shot clock. Tony for 3.
Way off.
Henderson with a rebound. May have been a shot the Bulls didn't want, although he was wide open. Want a little clock and get a little bit better shot. Now Mookie tries to answer with a 3 on the other end and does.
They did not get matched getting back, and how many times you see that kill you? Mookie's been shooting it pretty well, especially from behind the arc tonight.
Michael goes right side for Steve Kerr, who will take the jump shot. Steve for 3.
Ducked under there. Steve doesn't get too many looks at it. That's only his second one tonight, I believe, isn't it?
Another $72 goes to charity. Products, muffler, and break. Mookie goes around the screen, gives it back to Mutombo. Oh, and Mutombo level Randy Brown.
Just let him go. That's a deuce.
A long 2.
Now, they don't have the same options when Mutombo is the guy setting the screen as they do when a guy like Leitner is.
Yeah, you're right. You got the deep threat. You got the put the ball on the floor and go to the hole.
Michael inside got fouled. No shot, apparently.
Let's see if he lowers the boom here on Randy.
Turned into
a little bit, huh?
We'll get a timeout. 9:50 left. The Bulls lead at 80-75.
On Friday, go beyond Star Trek. Go beyond Star Wars. And discover the 5th element.
Let's play it hard.
Marvelous. The Fifth Element, rated PG-13, opens everywhere Friday.
My drug use started at the age of 9. I was addicted to heroin from 16 till I was 30. Twice in prison. I lost my family, my children. I mean, you wake up every morning and say, my God, am I going to make it through the day? Am I going to get killed? Am I going to have to kill somebody? It was a living nightmare. And I decided then that I was either going to end my life or I was going to quit drinking and drugging. Don't start, leave it alone. It's not worth the gamble.
Welcome, my name is Fred Bartucci with Watson Motorsports, and as you can see, our phones are ringing off the hook, and we're going to tell you why.
For openers, we just received over $10 million in special financing just for you.
So no matter if you have good credit, bad credit, or no credit, with just $100 down, you can drive today.
And don't forget, we have 4 lots with over 500 cars to choose from, so call us now at 708-388-5000.
Stick around for the Sports Channel report after Bulls basketball. Get in the loop with White Sox third base coach Doug Rader exclusively on Sports Channel, where you know the Sox inside and out. The Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic returns this summer to Chicago's Grant Park. Call 312-455-4000 for more information. And check the Tribune on Wednesday or Sunday, or visit any Chicagoland Sport Mart location for an entry form. Brian Williams back in the Bulls lineup. Mutombo is out.
And Scottie Pippen comes back in the game, and they still have their small guard lineup in, and Mookie is on Scottie Pippen to begin with.
Steve Kerr, as Scottie faces right inside. That was a great pass, and Brian Williams with the finish. Good follow-up for Brian Williams. Scottie Pippen wide open underneath, missed the shot. Randy Brown set to check in as Blaylock is right there. He wants Tony. They want illegal. Bulls wanted an illegal formation, and Phil Jackson hollering about that. Steve Smith gets set to check in with Randy Brown right there as well. What you want to do is force Mookie to drive on a mismatch, but
there's no one there to help.
Right. Scottie for 3. It is 4-3 in the second half.
But all set up by middle penetration off the dribble, collapsing the defense. This is a team that the defense will come to the lane when there is penetration, and Michael, good find.
That's another $72 that goes to charitables for the CarX muffler break, and Mookie answers at the other end. That was 2 by Mookie. Mookie's got all the points here. He's got 9. Hand there in hand. Oh, he disappeared in that front row. He vaulted Gene Siskel, who's got the ball. I'll tell you, Gene, good hands. He let the player go by, but he picked up the ball. That's 2 thumbs up for him, huh? Duck, duck. Is he all thumbs? I'll take the ball. You can't have it. Nice job, Gene. Good assist. Keeping the ball away from them. Keep the ball from getting hurt. That's right. Steve Kerr, long 3, back of the rim. Scottie right there. Finds MJ on the baseline, tries to go by Leitner, kicks it out. Scottie saves it. A lot of time in the shot clock. Scottie off the glass and good. Pax, Johnny Kerr and I have said a long time now that Scottie Pippen's one of the best off-the-glass shooters in the league.
And you don't see many guys use it. It's really it used to be an art form in a lot of ways. It takes a lot of practice knowing angles so that you can throw the ball up there on the glass.
Going way back to the Celtics dynasty, Sam Jones was one of the best ever at coming off the glass. And Pip is very close to that now as he comes in and puts the foul on Steve Smith. And a good foul by Scottie, because Smith had a layup and Scottie did not let him get the shot off. You're going to foul him, take it all away.
And the Bulls got cross-matched again. Brian Williams found himself on Steve Smith, and Steve has this little hesitation that is his forte. Looks like he's going to back it out and then explodes to his left. But yeah, that's a good help. You got to put him on the free throw line and make 2 free throws.
Ron Harper up off the bench as Michael sat down. Randy Brown came in. Harp comes in. Steve Kerr comes out.
Right, here's where Phil wants to get Michael a few minutes of rest. But Steve Smith's back out on the floor, so he's going to need a bigger defender, someone other than Steve or Randy, to guard Steve Smith, because they know that he'd go right in the post and back him in.
This is the first guy to score points other than Mookie in this quarter. This may be a spot for Brian Williams now to put some points up.
We talked about it in the first half. Mutombo's out of the game. Your shot blocker and the defensive presence is out. So it's an opportunity for maybe Brian can get something done inside.
Tony trying to post up. Brian Williams comes across. Finds Scottie. Pip, you know the clock's going. Blocked by Leitner.
Bulls just never had anything going.
And Henderson lost it. Throws it out of bounds. It was tipped. 19 on the shot clock. It'll be Atlanta ball.
And you see Blaylock pointing to himself. He knows that that's a tough pass for a guy Henderson's size to catch and do something with.
Blaylock trying to get open. Uses that screen from Henderson. Backs into Tony. Henderson in the lane. Off the glass and good.
I'd like to see Tony just maybe hold his ground a little bit instead of falling down.
They don't have to flop on every play.
Just set yourself there, take the contact, and force him, if he's going to take a shot, to shoot a tough shot over the top of him.
Michael may not give us long rest it seems like we get. It's a 4-point ball game as Leitner comes over to help. Scottie stops, finds Brian Williams inside, had it knocked away and a foul called as Brian Williams was going to the basket. Let's see, it might be out of bounds. It might say it was before the shot attempt. Nope, 2 shots. Williams takes that long breath. Jason Caffey up off the bench. Pip with the kickoff here, and you see Brian go hard to do. You know, I was watching a interview Lou had with him on, and he was talking about some of the things he does. You know, he's got a pilot's license, but he ran with the Bulls down Pamplona. Yep. And he said, you know, you're all buddy-buddy. Yeah, this is going to be fun, and you're holding hands and everything. All of a sudden, those Bulls start coming out, and everybody just goes for it. Both free throws missed here now. Not a good sign. Henderson on the wing, goes down low from Leitner. Steve, that's nice off. Too easy. Might go in a half to be coming pretty soon. Atlanta has not missed here in the 4th period. 6 of 6.
You always have to be aware of Blaylock with his hands.
Jason Caffey, baseline. Parker goes in.
It's a big shot by Jason.
Yes, it is.
Coming right in the game. Didn't play many minutes in the first half. Steps right in, knocks in a 10-foot baseline jumper.
Smith backs in against Scottie. Goes baseline. Brian Williams with good help. Leitner drops it inside Anderson, and Jason Caffey will get the foul.
We're going to time out. 6:15 left. The Bulls lead this one only by 4.
W1 by Raymond Weil. The cutting edge in time. Time for the next generation. W1 by Raymond Weil.
When the weather gets warm, the summer rituals begin. Some can be as dangerous as they are fun.
That's something that we're going to have to deal with for a long, long time.
Everyone loves a cookout, but in a single moment, a backyard barbecue can leave a loved one scarred for life.
People don't always survive these injuries.
Dick Johnson shows you how to safely enjoy your summer fun and avoid some of the hidden hazards of summer. Tonight on ABC 7 News at 10.
Look who's trying to win Bulls tickets.
Next up is my old teammate, John Paxson.
Hey, Pax. Scotty, I'm going to win those Bulls tickets by recreating my game-winning shot.
Oh, has it been that long?
Come on, Scotty. You remember Game 6? Phoenix, you were there. Hold on, one more time. Oh, that was a break.
Not going to happen.
Now there's an easier way to get Bulls tickets. Sign up for Ameritech cellular paging service and be automatically registered to win Bulls playoff tickets. No purchase necessary. Ameritech, your link to better communication.
Tune in to Sports Channel tomorrow night at 7 as the Sox continue their big homestand against Junior Ken Griffey Jr. and the Mariners. Sports Channel, we know the Sox inside out.
Steve Smith has been kind of quiet here, but he's got 4 points here in the last quarter, and they look down low. Christian Leitner looking for somebody to give the ball to, and just a little drift down the lane. Pip lost him. Steve Smith straight down the lane. Watch this. This is what you look if somebody's going to double team. But I think Pip just turned his head here, lost him going down the lane. Harp tried to pick him up. Was not to be. And there's Steve Smith. He's got 13 points.
8 of 9 from the free throw line. You know he's a great free throw shooter. He missed the technical. Wasn't it the only one?
Yep. They struggled from the field. He shot just 3 of 12. Mookie Blaylock's made up for it. 10 of 19 from the field. 5 of 11 from behind the three-point line. And he's really kept them in this game.
Michael is checked back into the ball game.
I don't like the way he shoots free throws, but
he was
effective in the
he only played 30 games this year.
Yes.
He's out with
pancreatitis.
Viral pancreatitis, yeah.
You said that very well.
Thank you. I studied.
You know, but I was playing, Wilt Chamberlain had that. And somebody said, what are you going to do tonight? And I said, if I knew where it was, I'd hit him in it.
MJ gets it right back to Scottie. Pip goes inside. Double pump.
And that's real nice coming out of a timeout because they knew there was going to be a little pressure up the floor. They flashed someone from the weak side. The floor was well spaced and Pip was able to take it real hard to the basket. And there was really no one who could stand in front of him to stop him.
Leitner steps out on the floor and rattles that one home.
So that's the tough part of this matchup for Luke. The fact that Leitner can't step out on the floor and shoot that shot. But now on the other end, Luke has Leitner with a definite size advantage.
Luke sets the screen. He's got Corbin on him now. Goes down low.
Step to the middle.
Had it blocked and a foul called. Luke will go to the free throw line.
That's where you want to go. You don't want to go rolling left or anything. Any way, you've got your man beat down low. You get one giant step to the middle. Take a look at it. Here it is. There's nobody around him now. He's got to take that big drop, big step to the middle. There it is.
Actually, it was a real nice fake to the baseline cutter that Corbin bid on and allowed Luke to take a good step into the lane and try to finish. That's what you like to see. The Bulls stayed within their offense, and they still found the mismatch, and it winds up that they're on the free throw line.
93-89, Bulls with the lead. Steve Smith will go across and post up with MJ on him.
Trying to set a double screen for Blaylock, weak side. Steve Kerr does a real nice job jumping on the top side.
Smith for 3, right wing hits.
Somebody got lost in the mix down there.
It looks like it's too easy a shot to let a guy get it.
Michael was looking for Scottie and Pip faked him out, started to go and then stopped, and the Bulls turned it over.
Well, the Bulls had a 7-point lead here. They turned that over.
Henderson goes up, and if he goes to the line, he has a chance to give Atlanta the lead right back. Luke picks up the foul.
Just a cutter coming off the weak side, and Henderson does a good job.
Missed the first.
Dozen points off the bench for this guy.
Mutombo waiting to come back into the game.
He's the one guy off the bench that Bulls only saw in one game, and it was when he first came back from his illness. So he's a guy that can hit something, and he's seeing right now out there playing aggressively.
MJ. And Scottie.
Foul on Jason. Oh, you can't afford that with 4:31 to go. The Hawks are 8 for 8 from the field in this quarter.
This is certainly where you'd like to be able to have Dennis to have the lineup. Now Mookie just going to his left. Bulls pushing him down there, but he's found his range and playing great. He's 11 of 20 from the field.
Hawks lead it by a pair, coming up on 4 minutes remaining. MJ, double
There's
team by
Leitner coming over to help.
Ball tipped loose. Michael back on defense. Mookie for 3. And Steve Kerr hustles down and got fouled by Mookie. That's a heck of a play by Steve Kerr.
Boy, and you wonder about that shot. They had a 3-on-1 break, and Blaylock, instead of pushing it up and making a pass to a teammate, takes that shot. And by leaving that shot short, even the guys on the offensive boards weren't able to help him out.
You barely notice him, but he's on the field for every single Sox game. Get in the loop as Sports Channel explores the unsung world of White Sox third base coach Doug Rader. Get in the loop tonight on the Sports Channel Report.
He brushes his teeth, just like you. He calls his mother every Sunday, just like you. He makes time for his kids, just like you. He drives a Chevy Blazer, just like you. He has 4 NBA championship rings, just like... He drives a Chevy Blazer, just like you. And if he bought another one right now, he'd get $1,000 cash back, just like you.
This week on the NBC5 News, do long-distance telephone carriers have you confused? Are you getting the most for your money? Learn how to cut through the hype to find the best deals. Rapists, murderers, they're not behind bars. They're hiding out behind state lines. Has Illinois become a safe haven for fugitives? Lower your blood pressure, improve your immune system. To what extent can you heal your body using only your mind? These stories and more this week on the NBC5 News.
Tonight on the report, we'll go live in the locker room following Game 1 between the Bulls and Hawks. Plus, the Sox face Griffey and the Mariners and get in the loop with third base coach Doug Rader after the game.
Ray Meyer here at the ballgame. And guys, isn't it great that a dad can bring his little boy to the game? Joey Meyer, the recently deposed coach of DePaul. Joey, a good man, and I know this guy's going to land on his feet. He's a good friend of basketball in the Chicago area. And Joey, I know everybody in Chicago wishes you well.
You know, this is the most points that the Hawks have scored, even in their 5-game series against the Detroit Pistons.
Atlanta did finally miss one. That was Mookie's miss on that 3-point attempt. Bulls 6 of 12. Atlanta leads it by a pair as Luke puts it back to Scott. Pim draws the double team, gets it out to Cooper. Shot clock at 7 and 6. Tony goes by, puts it off the glass and good. And that's what you want to see Tony do, guys. Go to the hole.
Right, drive, create.
Back tied at 95 under 3.5 remaining. Matumbo wants to come to the middle. Longley cuts that off. Steve Smith fouled by Michael on the floor. That's what MJ was talking about.
But that'll put him to the line for 2 anyway. Stan Albeck, who coached Michael here. The year Michael hurt that foot. Tony Kukoc with the left hand drive over Christian Leitner. So Steve Smith will shoot 2 free throws as the Bulls are in the penalty. Catches every piece of the iron and still falls.
Tried to spin out, tried to curl out, bounce out. Up his dribble, finds Luke, shot clock at 12. At 11 and 10. Michael down low to post up with Smith on him. MJ backs in. Scottie puts up a tough 3. No, Luke tips it out. Steve Kerr there. MJ down low. Tony goes to the bucket and got fouled.
He stayed right on it. Boy, I thought Pip's 3 was down. Looked like it. But it comes out. Michael moves the ball around, and finally Tony goes over on Matumbo.
You still have Matumbo coming to provide help, and The Bulls have to remain conscious of that because it'll leave Luke Longley open for spot-up shots, and especially down the stretch when you know that the focus is going to be on taking the ball out of Michael's hands when he catches it down low or wherever he gets the ball on the floor. Someone's going to have to step in those open areas.
Timeout Atlanta, 2:41 left. Bulls trying to tie it.
10 years in the league. These legs have more miles on them than most minivans. That's why I never play a game without my Ginsana. Ginsana's got G115 ginseng, the real stuff.
The lasting energy of G115 is real. It's what makes Ginsana different from everything else on the shelf.
You can feel your age, or you can feel your Ginsana.
Feel your Ginsana.
So, you want to see my Discover Card statement? I am very, very prissy.
Put up or shut up!
I love to be pampered. I go have my hair done. I love to go have my nails done, have pedicures, manicures. My biggest weakness would have to be shoes. Cashback bonus award really floats my boat.
How many credit cards make a statement like that?
I am definitely a shopaholic.
It pays to discover. Use it where you see the Novus sign.
Two luxury car owners discuss the merits of their automobiles. The Lexus is powerful. I like power. It's also luxurious and reliable. Extremely. It also costs about $20,000 less than your S420. Are you all right?
The LS400, the finest automobile in the world. See your Chicago area Lexus dealer.
Our producer director on Sports Channel is James A. Angio. Associate producer Doug Stanton. Our pregame producer is Mark Brady. Many other people that do a great job bringing you Bulls basketball on Sports Channel. Tamara Anderson. And great people. Good to be at Sports Channel. All right, fellas, 2:41 left. The Hawks lead it by 1, 97-96. Dikembe Mutombo.
Now, Lenny Wilkins had plenty of timeouts, so he had 4, now he's down to 3, but he takes that timeout. He wants to come down this possession and get exactly what he feels is key at this time. And, you know, with Blaylock playing the way he's playing, you look for maybe some screen roll. Actually, last time down, they posted Mutombo, and the Bulls kind of fell asleep along the perimeter and allowed Steve Smith to get the ball.
Good tip out by Luke. Tony was right there. Michael goes by and got held. Luke Canella standing by. What's up, Louie?
Something Phil Jackson just warned his team before he sent him back into play, guys, was when the Bulls are on defense, help each other out. Make sure you switch when you have to, but we'll have to wait until the Hawks get the ball back.
All right, Kukoc missed a free throw. They get it back. Michael gets fouled, and it's the 5th foul, so he'll shoot 2 free throws here. He hasn't scored in this quarter. And this one could tie it. He's got 33 in the game. He had 20 in the 3rd quarter when the Bulls came back.
Bulls a little bit above 60% from the free throw line with that make by Michael. We're tied at 97 with 2.5 remaining. Jumbo and Corbin are high away from the ball. Shot clock down to 6, down to 5, and 4. Corbin's got to get it off. Mookie does fire way off, and it's Bulls ball.
What a great job of just keeping Atlanta out on the perimeter in their offense. They were trying to run a screen and roll. Hart fought it, was able to keep them outside, and then they end up with a tough shot. That's just terrific defense. There's Hart fighting screens. Pip, a nice step out, and then they're dead with the dribble.
They each had a man. They wouldn't leave that open man.
But they helped out. They showed out. Scottie showed when they needed to. And then you force a terrible shot. Not what Lenny Wilkins wanted coming out of his timeout.
We've got 2 minutes remaining. Tony Kukoc in the corner. 4-3. Nope.
Oh, man. Tony is... Sometimes you say, I'm free, I'm open, but they leave you open sometimes. You're not hitting. Right.
Mutombo trying to post up with Longley on him. Goes out to set the screen. Blaylock comes around there, finds Ty Corbin. Off and Luke right there for the rebound.
Whoa, we got a honey here. 100 minute and 30. High score.
Screen roll last time.
MJ on top, takes the long deuce. Nope, and Mutombo right there. We're still tied at 97 with 1:20 left.
And Lenny wants a timeout.
We'll take it. Minute 16 left. Bulls and Hawks tied at 97.
They said imports taste better. They lied.
And how does that make you feel?
Used, manipulated, betrayed.
And how does that make you feel?
Used, manipulated, betrayed.
So now what?
Only drink fresh beer. Budweiser.
You have made a real breakthrough. You did it on your own.
Born on Dating from Budweiser. What fresh beer tastes like.
You're on the road to freshness. Hold all my calls.
Hi. We're thinking about having a baby. Could we try yours for 30 days?
Wouldn't it be nice if you could try things before making a commitment? Ameritech will let you try a cellular phone for 30 days.
Want to go for a ride?
You'll probably want to keep it. But if not, just return it. Try an Ameritech cellular phone for 30 days with free local calls. If it's not right for you, just bring it back. Ameritech, your link to better communication.
Remember how special Mom always made you feel on Mother's Day? With a little help from Montgomery Ward, you can do the same for her. You can't go wrong with diamonds. And well, the more the better. Come on, she's your mom. Go ahead, spoil her a little. Or a little bit more. Wrap her up with love from top to bottom. It's never been so easy. Everything you need to make your mom feel special is at Montgomery Ward. Coming from you makes it all the better.
Here's timeout situation. The Hawks with 2 full. They have used their 20. The Bulls with 2 full and a 20 left. Phil likes to have that one at the very end of the first half and at the very end of the game.
Atlanta last timeout came out. Didn't have the possession they wanted to. The Bulls did a real nice job defensively. You would expect them to go back to some type of screen roll. And the Bulls on the other end, they ran screen roll the time Tony got that shot in the corner. Luke also was open on a fan because Mutombo followed the ball to the middle of the lane. This is a situation where Luke's going to have to step up and take that shot if he's open.
See if Leitner comes out to set the screen. He'll pop out. Corbin comes out high. Blaylock comes through. They run to the reverse of the guards. Leitner almost lost it. Scottie comes over, tries to get it. Loose ball. Okay, backcourt. Time. 24-second violation. Woo. Steve Smith was trying to call a timeout, but nobody had possession of the ball. It was loose. Well, Scottie dove on it, and that's what kicked everything loose. Then the ball slipped under Mookie's legs in the backcourt. Steve says, I'm trying to call a timeout. Lenny says, yes, he was, but they did not have control. So the Bulls will do what? They put
Steve Kerr comes in.
Now, 2 terrific defensive possessions in a row for the Bulls. Good ball pressure by Scottie Pippen, getting his hand in there to knock the ball loose.
Luke and Ellis, what's up?
I just wanted to tell you guys to keep an eye on Corbin when Atlanta had the ball because they were trying to work something free for Corbin.
Scottie. Luke comes across the post up. Comes out wide. Scottie, long 3. Oh, man! A dagger, 43.9. Here they come. No timeout. Phil Jackson up coaching the defense. Mookie Blaylock comes around the screen, tries to answer. Nope. And Luke right there. Steve Smith fouls him with 34.5 seconds remaining. What a play by Scottie Pippen.
It was a great shot by Pip.
He's got 5 threes in the second half, 6 in the game, and $72 more donated to charitables from CarX, Muffler, and Brake. Look at this.
Set up by a good screen by Steve Kerr out on the perimeter. Hung up Scottie's man right there, and Scottie gets a good look. Mutombo just a second late in stepping out, and then coming down on the other end. I know Mookie's had a great game, but there's still 30-plus seconds left. They want to attack the basket, try to get a quick 2. And even though you'd be down, that's a very difficult shot. Steve Kerr got back defensively and challenged it.
Okay, Luke's got to make 1 out of the 2 free throws here. This is them both. Tony, did he get the ball? Nope, he didn't. So he misses 2 free throws.
They want to get Ron Harper in. He's got to hurry. Harp does come in for Steve Kerr. 33.4 seconds left. The Atlanta Hawks will bring it across.
Now, Lenny's debating whether he wants to call timeout or not.
He said no, what side they want it on. Mookie wants to know what side they want to have it on. I think they want to take it on the other side. They will take
the opportunity now to choose.
We'll take it with them. 33.4 left. The Bulls lead it 100-97.
I've never been to Las Vegas.
Welcome to my town.
Checked into my hotel. It's a pyramid. Look at this place. This is amazing.
See the lights, the shows.
There are lots of great shows in Las Vegas. I found out a new code.
24/7.
It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And they're not kidding. Never sleep.
Totally amazing.
It's okay. There'll be plenty of time to rest when I get, back to work.
Menards is your clear choice for home improvement savings. Protect exterior wood with Flood Clear Wood Finish. It penetrates deep. Choose from clear, cedar, or redwood. $13.53 a gallon. Clean siding, cars, and more with Campbell Hausfeld pressure washers. Electric models are $114. This gas pressure washer is $229. Hurry in for a chance to win an Outback at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. What you gonna do with all the cash you save?
I got over to Puppy.
You don't need an appointment. Just go to CarX for brakes instead of the dealer and you'll save.
Enough for new waiters.
You'll get quality parts and save big on brakes.
I'm gonna buy silk tie.
He saved $65.
What you gonna do with all the cash you save?
New hats for everybody.
And she saved on her exhaust at CarX.
What you gonna do with all the cash you save? Save a bundle, call the CarX man.
We'll see you again Thursday night as this series continues, and if it's any indication, it ought to be a great night. The Bulls will take on the Hawks. 6:30 game time, 7 o'clock tip-off. You'll see it only here on Sports Channel.
Well, the one thing you really have to watch is that penetrate, the kick out, and a foul on a guy behind that three-point area to give him 3 free throws.
If you're Atlanta, you know that the Bulls have been playing on the perimeter. You're down 3. Listen, you got plenty of time to take it at the basket and try to get a quick 2.
Our Budweiser players of the game, Jordan and Pippen, combined for 63. They were huge in that pivotal third quarter. Luke Longley comes out. Judd Bushler comes in.
Now they have Henry James in the game, who's a three-point shooter, and Phil puts Judd in to defend him.
Mookie with Michael right there.
Stepped out on the line! What a big call!
Now Mookie complains that Michael pushed him.
Now there's still plenty of time. You've got 32 seconds left in the game. So the Bulls are going to have to come up with a possession. The Hawks probably won't foul. You want to force the Bulls to do something on offense.
Well, there's the catch, and he steps on the line. Now, you got to get that ball here in Michael or Steve Kerr's hands to start out with anyway.
That's always the danger of that pass from the sideline down to the corner. In fact, if you throw it too wide, a guy will step out of bounds.
MJ brings it across. Shot clock at 16, 15, 14.
You watch Mookie helping out. He gives Steve Kerr an opportunity. He's alone on the right side of the floor.
Steve's going down further and further into the corner. Michael goes right in, missed it.
They're going to push it. They still have a timeout.
Mookie, you know he'll take this, wouldn't he? Lost it, out of bounds. It'll be Atlanta ball with 3.4 seconds left. And Atlanta wants a timeout, they'll take it. 3.4 seconds left. We'll come back and bring you the end right after these.
10 years in the league. These legs have more miles on them than most minivans. That's why I never play a game without my Gensana. Gensana's got G115 ginseng, the real stuff.
The lasting energy of G115 is real. It's what makes Gensana different from everything else on the shelf.
You can feel your age, or you can feel your Gensana.
Feel your Gensana.
Menards is your clear choice for home improvement savings. Protect exterior wood with Flood Clear Wood Finish. It penetrates deep. Choose from clear, cedar, or redwood. $13.53 a gallon. Clean siding, cars, and more with Campbell Hausfeld pressure washers. Electric models are $114. This gas pressure washer is $229. Hurry in for a chance to win an Outback at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
30
Save big money at Menards. 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 S
Be active, be cool, but beware. Use an ordinary stick antiperspirant, you get flaky white stuff. Until now. Gillette introduces new Clear Stick. It's clear, so it can't leave a white residue. And it glides on smooth and dry for maximum strength stick protection. No stick protects you better against odor and wetness. So don't get the white stuff. Get the clear advantage. New Gillette Clear Stick. Or try cool, refreshing clear gel.
So with 3.4 seconds left, Atlanta's out of timeouts. And guys, what this means is two things. First, they've got to get it inbounds, and second, they've got to get a good three-point shot. Is there any chance you foul them here? Do you try and set something up?
It's always a dangerous thing because if a guy catches it and is in the motion of shooting, they can give him three. What you do is you guard the three-point line. A two-point basket is not going to hurt you, and you switch on any situation. When guys come together, you don't allow the situation of getting hung up on a screen. You switch everything and beat him to the three-point line and try to force him inside. You see Michael right now on the top side of Blaylock forcing him inside the three-point line. On him, Michael
switch with Scottie. It's in. It's a little late switch. It's in. It's over.
The Chicago Bulls in a tough ball game with the Atlanta Hawks. If game one is any indication, this will be a tough series.
Here it is. Mookie does get free for the shot. Pip is out leaping at him. It's way over the top. A couple taps at it. Nothing.
Lou Canella standing by with our British Airways Insight. With him is Ron Harper. Go ahead, Louie.
We've got Ron Harper, and boy, the way you guys played in the first half, you feel a little lucky that you won this one?
Well, this is going to be a very exciting basketball series. They're a very good team, and they came in here tonight to play a very exciting ball game.
Ron, what happened in the first half? Were you guys just not intense enough?
Well, our team has some days off, and they had games, and anytime that they have games, they had a team flow. And all day, the first half, we had our team flow. I think the third quarter, we came back out, and we got to our team flow, and we started doing things that our team know how to do, and they made a game out of this game today, and they're a very good fine ball club.
Talk to me about your friend Scottie Pippen. Tex Winter told me at halftime that he didn't think Pep really came with the intensity needed in the first half. Sure enough, Scottie comes out in the second half, has 5 threes and 19 points.
Well, he came out in the third period and had a great third period, and we got back into this ball game. I'm out of here, Lou.
All right, later, Ron. Bulls win it 100-97. Now let's get it back after this break. Steve Cashel and Norm Van Leer will take it.
This post-game interview is brought to you by British Airways, the world's favorite airline.
Here we are, sunny Phoenix, all for free.
All we had to do was just tell a little lie.
Telling the truth gets you nowhere.
At British Airways, we'll give you a free ticket to anywhere in the USA if you fly our business class to London and can honestly say it's not the best in the air.
What'd you get in it, Don?
Party.
Really? Eagled it.
The business class guarantee.
Can't believe we got away with it.
Honestly, you'll love it.
Bulls now 4-0 in the 1997 NBA playoffs, and they're 4-1 against the Atlanta Hawks so far this season. Bulls win game one of this series, 197. Michael finishing with just